Good morning. Happy Friday, my friends. I suppose at this point, it's not actually morning. It's noon for me. It's just barely not morning. I know for a lot of you, it's not morning either, but good morning just the same. How we doing? Hi, Hattie. Hi, Luthien. Hello, hello. Hi, Jamie. I'm still in PJs. It's cool. Hell yeah, Snothman. Good morning. Hi. Is it Lasar? Is that how you pronounce it? Hi. Dank Academia. Love. Hi, Morgan and Michelle. Welcome back. Allie, afternoon from the future. Thanks for coming from the future. Is it less hot in the future? Is it less sweaty? Because I would love that. Have you guys seen that Phoenix broke records for having the most over 100 degrees days in a row, like ever, I think? What a delightful place to live. What's your Discord profile picture? Is it a newt? Okay, it's a long story. In Discord, my profile picture is a turtle that has two reusable or like fake lashes on his head, facing in opposite directions, so it looks like a little like a little comb over. It's like a turtle that looks kind of like Dwight from The Office. Aaron and I saw a TikTok. My favorite thing is getting TikToks on my For You page that have like 12 likes, like 35 views. It's some random person's pet that Aaron and I we zoomed in really far to take a picture of them, to send it to one of our group chats because we thought it was funny. And I was like, we should make that our new profile picture on Discord. So we did. We have two separate turtles. Aaron and I have coordinating photos of the turtle with the comb over. Update on slam poetry. I had to leave last week's stream to watch a performance of actually kind of cool. Okay, Maxie, did you enjoy yourself? Was it fun? My weather app last night said cooling expected over the next 3 days. Okay. Oh, went from 104 yesterday to 103 today. Literally me. When Aaron walked the dogs for their morning pee break, it was 84 degrees and windy, and we were like, autumn. Okay. It's gonna be fall soon. And then, not really. It heated up like really quickly. It was like 90 something degrees. What's the temperature now? Tell me the temperature, computer. It is 99 degrees. It went from 84 to 99 like pretty quick, I have to say. If I lived somewhere that was 100 degrees, I'd simply become a nudist. You would think, Morgan, except that being nude in the heat might be worse because then there's chafing, in an excessive heat warning. Same. Yeah. It is homophobic, Jamie. It is. Yeah, don't forget to hydrate, you guys. It's really important. Also give yourself the space to hydrate with stuff that is not like perfect. People will say things about how you have to like don't drink sparkling water because it's a bladder irritant, or like, if you're drinking like, I don't know, like tea or coffee or whatever, like, yes, ideally we're drinking regular flat water. Lots of people find that disgusting though. So, if the only liquids you can choke down today are sparkling water or like flavored water, like it's still hydration. It's still hydrating your body somehow. Be careful with diuretics, obviously, but still. How does the CO2 in water affect your bladder, though? I don't know, Rowan. I've just heard doctors on TikTok talk about how if you're crushing LaCroix, then it's like, not quite the flex that you think it is with like hydrating, but like, I don't know. Oh, okay. Allie said it's acidic, the CO2. So maybe that's why it's a bladder irritant. I don't know. But, drink some liquids. Hydrate your body. It creates an acid in the water when you dissolve it. Interesting. I didn't know that. I remembered I made it. Hi, Arian. Thanks for coming. Is it Arian? I literally just had some tea. I'm feeling tired from cleaning, so I'm trying to stay awake as much as possible. Hattie, I'm so sorry. I know. Going outside in the heat makes you so sleepy. Yes, exactly. This is not water, but it is a liquid, which does hydrate your body somehow, Sometimes it causes you to lose water if it's a diuretic, but, it's like it's a give and take, I think. Yeah, liquid IV too. I saw somebody talk about liquid IV. That's also an excellent way to make your water not taste like water. I personally like the taste of water, but I know lots of neurodivergent people don't. So, speaking of which, I want some iced tea because this coffee is kind of sludge. Gas station coffee is such a mood sometimes, and then sometimes it's like, yay. I love it. You just kickstarted an autistic thought train. I must know now. I'm sorry, Rowan. Makes carbonic acid. Okay, that's what it is. I like the taste of some water. Okay. I freaking love water. Okay, Sam, I love that for you. They've even done studies showing not a significant decrease in hydration drinking coffee or tea. So hydrate how you can. Okay, thank you, Hay Fever. Also, hello, what is wrong with my voice? It's good to remember that foods hydrate you too. Oh yeah, that's true, Rowan. Like how we feed wet food to cats because they don't drink enough water. Wet foods help us to, yeah, eat some watermelon today. You know, eat something that has a high liquid content, high water content. That is such good advice, Rowan. Thank you. Speedway here has like Keurig coffee and it's amazing. Oh, Hexen, that sounds so nice. Damn, I'm jealous. We do not have that. QT has just plain old sludgy coffee. They normally have like a cold, what do they call it? Cold brew, at their little like order kiosk, but they didn't today. I went in there to order a croissant breakfast sandwich because I really did not want to eat, you guys. I did not want to eat breakfast before I came here. And I was like, Mickey, you need to eat fucking food. You need to fuel your body. And I was like, what sounds the least disgusting? And I was like, okay, I'll get a croissant sandwich from QT. Go in, don't have croissant sandwiches. So I was like, it's fine. I'll get a biscuit sandwich. At least I can have a coffee. Click the button to order a cold brew. Don't have cold brew. So I was like, fine. I'll get a hot coffee. If I drink it fast enough, if I drink it fast enough, then it will be fine. I did not drink it fast enough. Now it's like lukewarm, acidic tar, but it's fine. What are you going to do? My toxic American trait is really going to need cold ass water. Okay, yes. Thank you. I know that in other places, the norm is to have like room temperature water. I don't want that. I want ice cold water with ice in it. I love cold water. I just want it to be cold. I want it to be so cold that it makes my teeth hurt. Yeah, okay, Allie. Yeah, because sensitive teeth. But I kind of like that, though. I'm like, I'll just drink it away from my teeth, you know? Yes, Morgan, thank you. I keep a Brita in the fridge, and that's perfect for me. That's valid, Allie. I resisted the urge to get Dunkin' yesterday and drank shitty work coffee. Proud of myself for not breaking my boycott. Leo, proud of you. Dunkin' coffee is also kind of the bad place. It's just not good. Water is only good if it's ice cold. Thank you, Lou. I agree. I'm not there now. I need ice and fruit. Ice cold fruit also slaps, like some ice cold watermelon. You know what doesn't slap when it's ice cold though? Strawberries. I don't want cold strawberries. I want them to be room temperature. Hi, Hannah. My friends think I'm so weird for liking ice. Yes, Aaron doesn't like ice in his water either, and I don't get it. I will always put ice in my Hydro Flask when I refill it, especially right after you wash it, and it's like all fresh, and then it's like all reset, and it just feels new and good, and then you put ice cold water in there. It's elite. It's an elite sensory experience. Oh yeah, frozen grapes. Frozen bananas. I don't really like frozen grapes. I won't lie. My roommate was obsessed with frozen grapes when I was in college. I never really got on the hype train. I do like, what are they called? Cotton candy grapes. Cotton candy grapes. Yeah, Allison, I think it's also that they just like bother my teeth because liquids you can like just scooch past your teeth, you know? Is Joe a free elf? Joe, you've been a member for 12 months. Thanks for being a McNug for a whole year, Joe. Yeah, you can be a free elf. I was going to say, I'll mail you a sock, but that sounds weird. Not like that. Not like one of those situations. Freezy Pops, Otter Pops, whatever you call them. Yes, Otter Pops, so good. I love those. Frozen blueberries and lemonade is elite. I've never tried that. Yeah, Rowan, we're not that kind of channel. I finally was able to make it for a live stream. Annika, hi, welcome back, friend. Now I'm gonna stop talking about water. My dog and I are on a walk, and now I'm thirsty. I'm so sorry, Sam. But think how great it's gonna be when you get home. Joe, some good old-fashioned pigeon mail. Oh no, Christine, put those words back in your mouth. No. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, I'm so tired. I don't understand. I feel like when I take Adderall, I'm more sleepy. Does that happen to anyone else? On a real note, I have been boycotting my Adderall lately. I just don't think it's helping. I don't think it's helping anymore. I need to change meds or adjust the like milligrams, the dose. But I don't have an appointment for like another week, so we're experimenting. Don't do that, to be clear. That's very not good advice. Don't do as I say, not as I do. Can we get a plug for the Paralympic watch party? Yes, Allie. We're hosting a Paralympic watch party on our Discord server, by the way, this Sunday, if you want to come hang out. Excuse. We also have Doctor Who watch parties in the server. Joe, when is the next Doctor Who watch party? Or did you guys finish? I know that there was a Doctor Who watch party last week for sure. We have all kinds of fun stuff on the server, you guys. Joe said, okay, maybe next weekend. Yeah, so we're doing Paralympics this week. And then, hold on, this Sunday. Yeah, Paralympics this Sunday. And then maybe Doctor Who sometime next weekend, maybe. But we are doing Patreon-only live streams this week on Saturday, tomorrow. We're doing them tomorrow. So first of all, if you guys want to come hang out, you just have to join the Discord, and the link is in the description for that. But if you have already joined, please make sure that you have your proper role assigned, because you can't join the rooms if you don't have a role. Oh, Lou, thank you for reminding me. First of all, this needs to be on live chat, because I always do that. It's always on top chat. I cannot stop yawning. Second of all, thank you, Lou, for the reminder. Today, we're doing things a little bit differently. We're just going to have like a hard stop time, because I got a hot date later, and I don't want to be late for that. And I also would like to situate my things and not have to rush around. It's hot here. I can't be rushing anywhere. So we're going to have a hard stop time at like 3 o'clock, probably, maybe a little bit before that. We'll hopefully make it through the episode, but if we don't, then we don't, and it's fine. We'll just come back to it next week. I'm going to take a note of where we end the episode. If we don't make it through, I'll probably just note it in the mods chat, or ask the mods to do that. But yeah, so just so we're all on the same page, we are hopefully watching through a full episode, but we have a hard stop time today at like 3 o'clock ish, maybe a little before. We'll see. Hot date. Thank you. Yeah, I know, exactly. Yeah, hot date, because it's literally a million fucking degrees here. Hot date as in I'm going to burst into flames when I walk outside. For me now it's 12 o'clock, so 3 hours. We're doing a 3-hour stream today at maximum. If we finish the episode before that, then we're done. But if we don't, then like I said, we'll just note the time. Kyle, you also have a hot date. Oh my gosh, date twins. I love that. You have to update us about how your date went next week, if you want to, if you're comfortable with that. You don't have to tell us anything if you don't want to, but wouldn't that be fun? We love the drama. We love the goss. We're all neurodivergent here. If things aren't done on time, it's not our fault. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we do our best to be on time, but, you know, yeah, Mickey time, exactly. It's my first day on Adderall, just 10 milligrams XR. Christine, we're dose besties. That's the same dose that I'm on. I am so excited for you. I hope that you find it to be incredibly helpful. Big ups, high fives. That's a big deal. Yay! Yay for medicating our neurodivergencies if we want to. All seriousness, I'm quickly approaching 50, and the best thing I've ever done for my mental health is figuring it all out. Wait, figuring what out? I missed a chapter. Hold on, going back. Somebody to nag you over and over again. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's 3:16 Eastern time, so at 6:16, or like 6 o'clock. Had copper hair for like 3 days before the blue and the purple popped through. Now looks like it's time for brown hair. Okay, also, you guys, I have a big announcement. I think the next time I get my hair dyed, I'm going to dye it green. I think I already told you guys that, but we're doing it. I've decided. I saw a picture. My friend sent me a TikTok that was like sort of a joke about like, you know, being neurodivergent is like sending pictures of bugs and like animals to your hairstylist. And I had literally saved a picture of a June bug. I think it's a June bug, to show my stylist. I think we talked about it actually at my last appointment. I'm going to show you guys the picture because I'm very excited about it. I think it will be good. I think it's going to be a fun little break. I don't know how or if we're going to be able to get back to the pink, but we're going to do our best. We're just going to take things as they come. You know, sometimes that's just like the way that it is. So, okay, I do have this picture of a moth that's pretty sick. Here, I'll show you. Look at that. That's cool, right? But I don't really want the super light green, like that minty pale green. Like, that's really cool, but I don't think I want that color. I think I want like less that and more like deep green. Where's that picture of a June bug? I'm like, did I delete it? Hold on. Let me look and see. Maybe I put it in my deleted on accident. Deleted photos. Where's that album? Okay, well, I don't know because I don't know how to work my iPhone. Don't make fun of me. Okay, recently deleted. Just a bunch of pictures of my dogs. Okay, no. Hold on, let me find the picture of the June bug because it feels important. Is that a real moth color? I think so. Yes, cunty Beetlejuice, Morgan. Absolutely. Right? The minty under some blonde is what my hair did accidentally. Yeah, Captain Quesadilla. That's kind of what I feel like is going to happen when I try to go back to pink, is there's going to be just like some accidental weirdness going on. Like minty, greeny, sort of blue kind of vibes. But, you know, it's fine. We'll figure it out along the way. Iridescent June bug. OC deep green with a few light green highlights would also look good. I think so too. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys for sharing the pictures in Discord. Hold on. Also, RIP to anyone who has a bug phobia. Okay, here. I think this is closer. No, there was like a really pretty picture of one. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. Hold on. It makes me so mad. Okay. Iridescent green bug. Just gonna Google green bug. It's gonna like really bother me, you guys. Okay, wait. I think we're tracking. There it is. Okay, RIP if you have a fear of beetles. Don't look if you're afraid of beetles. This is your last chance. Look away. Look how pretty. See like the blues? How like on the edges, because of the iridescence, it's like a dark blue, and then there's like a like pretty emerald green situation happening. I want that. In an ideal world, I want my hair to be iridescent. But, you know. I highly recommend lunar tides for achieving a bright forest green. Ooh, thank you. But yeah, so I think the other thing about this that's going to be nice is that my roots and the upper part of my hair can just be this color. We'll just leave her natural, like a natural color, and then have like blues, maybe a little bit of dark, or maybe, yeah, like blue and then dark green. so that my hair can grow out, you guys. So that my hair is a little bit less crunchy than she is now, because I love the pink. I do love it, but mira how blonde. This is like, there's still a lot of pink in it, to be fair, but like, especially down here, she's blonde. I don't know if you guys are aware of what my natural hair color is, but it's certainly not blonde. So, ooh, yes, Lou, like that, exactly. Hi, Eric. Yes, yeah, so I think it'll be good to we're on a hair journey, exactly. I'm updating you guys about my hair journey. I have a video that I shared with others on double empathy. Ooh, that's cool. I love cicadas, but I'm so happy I don't live near them. They make me think of scarabs, and I think of that scene in The Mummy. Oh God, Kyle, thank you for opening that childhood trauma. No, I'm just kidding. But that actually is kind of burned into my brain. I forgot about that. Thankfully, cicadas are like pretty chill. They just sit around. They're loud. They're loud and make a lot of noises, but they don't really do much other than leave their exoskeletons places. That's gross. Good news, guys, for the British people who have heard the news of the CAS report. The BMA will probably conclude soon that it's a useless study of misinformation, meaning trans healthcare can resume. Oh, that's good. I was so not tracking with you at all. Link of a chain until we got to the end. That's great news. Okay, that's really encouraging. Do you have to use any moisturizer? I use argan oil, but I sometimes think I got to do more. I use, what is it called? Olaplex, the Olaplex oil. I use a bunch of Amika products. I got one that's supposed to be for like rehydrating. And then I have this leave-in treatment that my stylist used on me last time that was out of stock when I went there last. So I think I'm going to pick it up when I go for another appointment. We're kind of all over the place. I'm not really like a dedicated, like, oh, this is like the routine that I use for my hair. It's sort of all just like all over the place. I was fiercely committed to my shampoo and conditioner routine, except that the conditioner is gone. It just doesn't, like, it got discontinued, I think. So I don't know what we're doing. Yes, Amika dry shampoo is so good. Okay, but also, Erin, I stopped using aerosolized dry shampoo because Erin and I had a very scary moment of like realizing, first of all, because we have air purifiers in like all of the rooms because we have a million pets. So when I would use my dry shampoo in the bathroom, the air purifier in the bedroom, like a good 30 feet away, would turn itself on. And I was like, oh no, that's a little scary. Oops. And then in looking around, because the rooms in our bedroom are painted dark colors. So we were like looking around and being like, what is this like dust that's all over? And I realized that the walls of our bedroom were covered in dry shampoo residue. And I was like, oh my God, that's probably like in our lungs and in our pets' lungs, in like all of our lungs. I don't love that. Yeah, I know. It's very scary. I know that there's products in aerosolized dry shampoo that are like not good for you too. I can't remember what they're called. Maybe your air purifier is sentient. Maybe. But yeah, so I started using just the like powder ones. They're not as good. And they make my hair gross and I don't like them. But, you know, I'm trying not to inhale aerosolized dry shampoo quite as much because we were also using it. I was using it a lot, to be fair. So why do you need to get good candles also why you need to get good candles and good incense. I know. I don't use incense or like essential oils or like oil diffusers in the house anymore because it's bad for the pets. I am still addicted to candles. I'm so sorry. You can pry the candles out of my cold dead hands. It's a vibe thing. It's for the vibes. I want my house to be cozy, you know? Basically, it's not good to breathe in anything other than air, and aerosol products put things into the air. Yeah, Allie, I think that's like a really succinct explanation. But it's the only one that doesn't make my hair tacky. I know. Me too. It's the only one that actually soaks up the oil and doesn't make my hair like sticky. And then like the top, because I started using this one that's called Good Ass Hair Day. That's like it's just like a little pump. And like that's very nice and all, but it makes my hair yucky. It feels like a texturizing product. Like, if you guys ever use those texture powders that make your hair like stand straight up on end, basically, like that's what it makes my hair feel like. It's gross. I don't like it. I'm so sorry. I know everybody loves it, and like that's wonderful for y'all, but couldn't be me. My homie had headaches for years until she got rid of her incense because it was cheap. I also love the vibe of a candle and will die on this hill with induced asthma. Okay, yes, Kyle, exactly. I was very much that bitch using like cheap ass incense all through college and driving everybody nuts. But I stopped using it because I was like, oh God, this is actually terrible for my pets. So no worse than standing in a parking lot with cars running. Okay, that's fair, Allie. That's a good point. That makes me feel better. Aluminum causing cancer is fake news, and I feel so much less anxiety using my normal deo. Oh, good. Bad witch is a bad witch, sad witch. Okay. Sometimes I have a really hard time reading your guys' usernames. Yeah, in case you didn't know, the whole fear mongering about aluminum deodorant causing breast cancer, there's no research to support that. There is no research to support that. Sometimes the aluminum in it, I guess somebody in my comments said that sometimes the aluminum in it can cause like imaging to look similar to concerning things in your lymph nodes. So they ask you not to wear it to like appointments where you have to get imaging done of your lymph nodes or whatever, but not because it causes breast cancer. Like that's not supported in the research. Hi Gems, no worries. Thanks for coming. Someone told me to try that, which sounds smart. Not thrilled to talk to unfamiliar humans. You know, that's fair. I relate to that. That makes me feel so much better about all the old ones I use. No, yeah, I made me feel better too. Especially because it's hot as fuck here, and I don't want to be wearing deodorant or like antiperspirant that is gonna make me stinky. Really, it's the deodorant. Like if it doesn't have aluminum in it, then it's most likely a deodorant, and that is not gonna help with the sweating as much. Aluminum deodorant makes me break out. Okay, Kyle, I think we might be the same person, because I was literally about to say I can't use aluminum deodorant now because I'm allergic to it. I have the brand Paper. It's amazing, and my favorite one smells like a forest. Ooh, that's nice. There's a deodorant. Okay, listen, this is tea. Everybody gather around. The deodorant that I use, I'll never tell you guys the name of it because it's a brand that I fell in love with after the brand sent me their product and like asked me to, we actually like had a contract signed to do a sponsorship on the channel, and I was like, wow, I love this shit. This shit is so good. I'm obsessed with this. And it was a non-aluminum one. It didn't make me break out. It was like really gentle on my skin. I loved it, but they backed out of the contract at the last second because they were like, well, her last video didn't do well, or her last two videos didn't do well. So we're not like, we're backing up. They like canceled the contract. So I was like, wow, fuck you guys. Thanks for the free shit, but fuck you guys. So I love their deodorant, but I'm never telling anybody their name because that's some shady ass fucking shit. I asked for 100% acetone, and the CVS guy said he didn't believe that exists. He didn't use it, so it didn't. That's, yeah, what? Natty, that's so annoying. I'm so sorry. Any other McNugs injured at the moment? I sprained my ankle, and I'm using a knee scooter because crutches are medieval torture devices. Oh, Michelle, I'm so sorry. Kyle, never. I just wanted my acrylics off, which is so fair. And also that's like standard practice, I feel, to get acrylics off is to soak them in acetone, no? I'm watching TV in a hotel room on our honeymoon. Ooh, fun. I love that. My husband had knee surgery yesterday. He's an honorary McNug. Katie, oh, send your husband all of our best wishes. Has Mickey ever streamed a D&D game? If not, any chance we'd see that happening? I don't know. Okay, so we did do half of a one-shot before the shit really hit the fan that we really should revisit. I do want to revisit it, but things got kind of wild there for a minute. So I would like to revisit that. I know, RIP. I'm so sorry, Gems. We're going to revisit it. I would like to run like an every now and again campaign in the server. That would be fun if we ever got to stream it. But I don't know. It's like a sensitive thing though, because then like, I feel like people are less likely to get really invested in the role play and stuff because they're just like I'm the one who agreed to be on camera, not everybody else, you know? So I don't know. I wouldn't ever want to make people uncomfortable though. I want people to feel comfy to like really get in character because I love that. That's my favorite part of D&D is all the role playing and people really building a story around their characters, you know? I just joined the Patreon after looking on YouTube for a while. Sorry that there are so many Hannah name variations. Oh, I love that. Hi, Hannah. Hamda Banamda. Thanks for coming. Ooh, a Baldur's Gate 3. I know. I do really want to play Baldur's again. I'm so jealous. I see you guys sometimes playing Baldur's and I'm like, that could be me, but I have work to do. Lumi was horrible. It didn't work for me at all, and I'm used to using deodorant and not antiperspirant. Oh wow, Allie, that's awful. We finished our playthrough. We missed you though. I'm so sad. We have to start a new one. Because I also need to update all of my mods. You guys, I'm a modder. I learned how to mod video games. Sort of. I mostly just followed Joe's verbal instructions, but I did put mods on my other computer. So that was fun. I want to see from the beginning. It's such a fun game. It is such a fun game. I do love it. Would you ever play Outer Wilds? I don't know what that is, Meyer. Is it fun? Is it spooky? If it's a spooky game, probably not. Let me DM a stoned one-off. Wait, what do you mean? What's that mean? My buddy just started Black Mirth. Black Mirth Wukong, and it's so good. I don't know what any of these games are. Help me. I want to be. Christine literally told me earlier today that she supports me becoming a gamer, like Gaymer gamer, and I don't know anything. You guys have to help me become a gamer. It's not spooky, but it's motion sickness, the game. Okay, fair enough. I am kind of sensitive to motion sickness, to be fair. Lumi worked all right for me, and it smelled nice, but it gave me a rash under my boobs, which, yeah, that kind of defeated the purpose. Oh, little E, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Okay, patch 7 now has a built-in mod manager. Downloads all the dependencies. That's so nice. Ooh, I love that. Okay, like a Dead Souls game based on Chinese mythology, and it's phenomenal. Wow, that sounds really cool. Gamers rise up. Yes, Outer Wilds is one of the few games you can only play once. It changes people emotionally. I think you might like it. Really? Oh, that's very interesting. Please witness my boy in Discord. Okay, sorry, I'm going. Hold on, let me see. Is he in the chat, or did you put him somewhere else? Is he in the pets channel? Where's the baby? Show me the baby. Hold on, I'm looking in the pets channel. I just have to find it because we have so many freaking channels. Okay, Pets Hall of Fame. Oh, wait, I think Lou just tagged me in it. Hold. This boy. Where? Oh. Found it. The mini? Is that what we're talking about? Hold on, I'm so confused. My brain hurts. Is it Lou that tagged me in it? Oh, it was Lou. Okay, I thought it was Allie. I thought Allie was tagging me in her cats. A mini of Peter. He's so cute. I love him. Okay, yeah, I've seen a lot of people talk about using Lumi for like full body deodorant. Hi, Avion Piscean 33. Thanks for coming. I don't know, Allie. I think it's because your guys' usernames are both short. And because you're both mods, my brain is just like it was the same thing that was happening with Lou and Lapine when their names were longer, that it was just like my brain autopilots. I don't know. Exciting news. My husband and I are in the process of changing our last name, which requires publishing a name change notice in the paper for 4 weeks. Our first one was published today. I'm so stoked. Katie, yeah, that's super exciting. I love that. I hope you guys love your new last name. Allie, absolutely. I thought it was Thorn, and I was like, let me see. Show me the baby. I'd like to see the baby. Boop. I play Webkins every day. Does that make me a gamer? Absolutely, Leo. Absolutely, it fucking does. Wild if it was your partner. That's true. Can you imagine? That's really funny. Thorny always bringing me entertainment. Yes, he's such a good boy. It's just so cute. Yes, Hellfire, exactly. You should show Mickey Dusty Boy. Who's Dusty Boy? Is that your D&D character? The Mickey lore goes deep. We would all need to collaborate. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I think that's kind of what we're doing anyways, isn't it? Okay, listen, I know it's only been 45 minutes, but I am going to get started so that we can get moving through this episode. Ooh, Michelle. I've been doing intensive trauma therapy, parts work in EMDR for the last couple of years, and to heal from my mom's narcissistic abuse. And now I realize my dad was also not great. Oh, Michelle, big ups to you though for doing the work, my friend. It's hard, it's scary, and it's hard, and it takes a lot of courage. So I'm proud of you. I hope that it gets better. You can see my boy trapping me for cuddles in the pets chat. Okay, actually, my cat was doing this to me last night. Imogen was like up by my head, and she had her hand. She was like, my arm was just like this, and she had her little paw, like her little claws, dug into my hand. Aaron was already asleep, so I was trying not to wake him up, but I like whispered in her face, like, we have to have gentle hands. And pulled her claw off of me, and she sat there for like maybe a minute or two and then left. Dusty face. Oh, what a sweet kitty. Does he actually have dust on his face, or is that just the shininess? He likes to dig a lot when he goes poop, so that's cat litter dust on his face. Oh my god. Allie just shared a picture of her cat in the Discord chat, and he's adorable. Yes, it's awful. It's cute, but gross. Okay. Let's get into the episode. So for those of you who missed last week, I skipped the recap because it was a whole lot of nothing. But we're going to get started with episode 5 today. This one is also kind of a nothing burger episode, to be perfectly honest. Pickle is so cute. Miss Nothman, your cat is adorable. But you can kind of pick up the vibe along the way. If you guys have questions about anything specifically, feel free to ask. Especially folks in the chat who are familiar with Plathville can fill you in as we go. So, yes, exactly, Kyle. Okay, we're at 1 minute and 30 seconds of season 6, episode 5. And, oh, you guys can't see it. I had a feeling that was wrong. It's just showing you guys the Discord chat. Or not the Discord chat, the YouTube chat. I'm glad the overlay was on it, because otherwise you wouldn't have seen anything. Okay, yeah, there we go. Welcome to Plathville. All right, we are 1 minute and 30 seconds in. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. I was like, why can I not hear anything? It's because the audio is set to the wrong thing. Fun fact, Aaron and I were in the office this weekend redoing the wall. I don't know if you guys can see it behind me. Probably not. Like a little bit. There's a few new things over there. So that's why that looks like that. Oh. I cannot hear anything. Why are you like this? Hello?
So this is where you guys practice, huh?
Oh.
Okay.
Mom, she sent out mismatched shoes for me, so.
I guess I didn't compare.
Yeah. Things like this happen all the time. I'll think I have something at one property, but I really don't, and then I'm like, wait, I'm missing it, or stuff like that happens all the time, but you just get used to it.
Okay, you guys can hear on
You
Discord,
came
you
to
guys can
watch?
hear on
Yep.
YouTube, yeah?
You're in for a treat.
I'm getting used to seeing Ken around the little girls as a adult male in their life that they look up to. From what I've seen, he treats them really well, so that's very good.
You guys look like little doctors now.
Yeah. I'll be in your headphones.
All right, girls, good to see you. Ready for our awesome class today?
Yep.
I know,
So let's
forgetting
go
about the
ahead
little ones
and
again.
get lined up. Let's just go ahead and start warming up with some jumping jacks, okay?
I have a bunch of stuff going on in my life right now. I started teaching gymnastics. I turned 15, and I'm gonna be getting my permit soon. Then, like, the change of, like, being in 2 separate households. But I feel like when I go to Taekwondo, I kind of, like, forget about it and just focus, which really helps.
So today we're going
These
to
poor
really be
kids.
focusing on our punch defense. Let's just say this person like just kind of swings at your head, okay?
Kira
That's
just
all we're
went
gonna
to
do.
gymnastics.
We're gonna
Okay,
practice
girl.
that real quick, all right? Awesome.
Is it smart to teach the kids how to beat each other up?
Yeah, if you teach them about how to process their emotions.
This is pretty tough.
No music, thank you. It's just them looking at the kids practicing Taekwondo. That's it. Yes, exactly.
House
Bad
that,
witch,
you know,
sad
I wasn't
witch.
really allowed to do growing up.
Cass, you ready?
When I think of where I could be at in something if I had started it when I was that age, there's no telling where I would be at now. I think I could have been a professional athlete.
Okay,
Awesome.
Micah.
Way to go, Amber.
Okay, listen, this is, I think, a really valid thing, though. As much as I disagree with Micah a lot of the time, it is really disheartening to see the way that Kim especially has double standards with her children, that when the older kids were growing up, there were no extracurriculars. They weren't even allowed to go to frickin' school. They got homeschooled. They had no contact with anybody except for their siblings and a very select few number of other kids who practiced the same religion as them. And now, growing up, the little kids, the younger batch of children, are allowed to do things like Taekwondo and have extracurriculars and all of these things. And like, that sucks. I think it's really valid, especially if you are an older child. You'll probably recognize or resonate with this, like watching your parents treat younger siblings better than you were treated. It sucks. It's a really valid thing to have frustration and hurt around, because no one likes getting used as the guinea pig, but especially when parents don't acknowledge it, right? They're not being honest about it. Kim is just sort of like skirting over the issue and saying like, oh, we didn't have the money to do that, right? And like, so extracurriculars don't have to cost a lot of money, you know? Like, there are lots of low cost and free activities that you could have had your kids participate in, but you didn't, you know? Yeah, Kyle, exactly. Boop, boop, boop. Hold on. What did I miss? Okay, I think I missed something, but it's fine. Let's just keep going. We're at 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
So the next thing we're going to work on today is going to be a little bit of the sport sparring. So let's go ahead and put your pads on, okay? And
Was young.
fast
We had
forward.
9 children from teenager down to infant, and I physically couldn't go cart them off all over the place for lessons. Micah didn't get Taekwondo lessons, but the girls, you know, didn't get growing up on a farm, knowing how to garden, take care of animals. They all got a different childhood.
time.
That's not okay.
Outstanding
Also,
work.
yes.
Give your partner.
Mello in Discord said, then don't have 9 kids. And like, very much this. Exactly. If you can't afford or be available to raise your kids in a way that they deserve, don't have that many kids. Simple as that. Like, okay, Choco Baby, right? Aaron and I are obsessed with these. Obsessed with these. They sell them at Costco, and I was like, oh, I like green tea. And yeah, they would just we'll try them. If they're bad, and it's fine. We're obsessed with these teas. If you like green tea and you haven't tried these, and you have a Costco near you, try these. They're like a little bit expensive, given that it's not like, it's certainly not as cheap as like buying LaCroix from Costco, but they're so good. So good. Like, good enough for me to violate my like, I don't drink things out of plastic bottles rule. That's like really saying a lot. So highly recommend. Anyways, yeah, they're green teas. They're called, I think the brand is pronounced Ito-en. The actual tea is like Oi Ocha. It's just green tea in a bottle, but they're so good. We saw them at Costco and I love them. Have you tried liquid death teas yet? Yes. Dead Billionaire is really good. I really like the peach one. Aaron really likes the one in the gold can. I can't remember what that one is. You know what I don't like though is the melon or like berry. I think it's called Buried Alive. It's not for me. I'm very sorry. Yes, Captain Quesadilla. Liquid Death makes teas and they're so good. My husband has to subscribe and save from Amazon for those teas. He used to drink them a lot, but not so much anymore. So we have 3 cases of teas sitting around. Donate those, drink them up, send them to somebody, because those things are so good. They're literally my favorite thing. They all had a different upbringing, is when my siblings and I have trouble understanding one another. Yes. Well, yeah, I think that's a good point, actually, is that it does breed like a division amongst the siblings. But again, there's no world where the siblings aren't going to feel some type of way about that. That sucks, you know? Just add teas to my Costco cart. Hell yeah. Let me know if you like them, Lou, because I'm obsessed with them. Okay, let's keep going. We're at 4 minutes and 28 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
High five, because that was great. Awesome job. Does anybody have any questions for me today?
Ooh, Walmart sells them as well if you don't have a Costco membership. Shout out
Nice knowing you.
When my mom first started dating Ken, there was a little bit of concern, but it's wearing off. He does seem like a good guy.
All right, so girls, great job. Hands middle real
You
quick.
probably just
But I
don't have
think
a
some of the
choice.
older siblings are a little more skeptical of Ken. I feel like Ethan is, but I don't have a thing against him. But I think it's just a little bit of, it's hard to get over that he's dating my mom.
Okay, you guys ready?
But I think Kim is probably
Good job.
coercing the kids to be okay with it, which is not okay. Incoming dumbass music. Okay, we're in Victoria, Minnesota now, which is probably Ethan and Olivia. More sad music, and they're dyeing succulents. That feels very poetic, feels very metaphorical. Okay, Ethan just cleaning the house, which is probably the first time that he's ever done that.
Mariah and Lydia are coming over today and
Okay.
seeing
Oh.
me for a little bit
Hold on, we don't have subtitles on. What the fuck? Discovery.
before they head back to Georgia.
Okay, there we go.
I've enjoyed having Mariah and Lydia here. I enjoy any time my siblings come up this way.
Hey.
You guys are some slow
Hi,
walkers.
hi, bye.
Well, I have had to deal with her. I'm
know.
sorry, she's
It's
having a
always
rough
Mariah.
morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good.
This has been one of the best trips for me for like to see family, and it's been a lot of memories made and a lot of good times.
Kinda stayed
Make
here
your
for forever.
confession.
What did you do now?
She spilled her coffee on my new shirt.
That does
Yeah, I
suck.
spill stuff on me all the time.
Yeah, I literally
I did
spilled
have a
toothpaste on
conversation
me.
with Olivia yesterday, and it went well. And I'd like to tell Ethan a little bit about that, but I just want to be careful with Ethan's emotions and feelings because I know he's in a tricky spot.
So now you want to be careful with his emotions?
I could give you a t-shirt.
One thing I've loved seeing over the last several years is even when each one of my family members go through different hard things, someone always shows up, expected or unexpected, to mourn with them, laugh with them, whatever's needed. And I just hope Mariah and I can maybe bring a little sunshine in his day.
When my outfit is ruined, my day's ruined.
I can go get you another coffee.
I mean, I could go for coffee.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay.
There went Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Lydia is DoorDash,
I'll be
apparently.
back.
Hold on, I have a joke. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to school to become a magician.
So you can disappear?
No, so I can. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's better than my idea.
Oh, crap. What was your idea?
You don't want to know.
Okay. If I became a magician,
Yes, not producer facilitated at all.
nobody'd be all fine.
I mean, Ethan's one of the first people I go to when I need advice because he always gives such good advice and he really knows how to encourage me and cheer me
Yeah.
up and help me move forward with things.
No, for
And
sure.
I wish so bad that I could do that for him. He's working through the healing process and I don't want Ethan to like hold everything in. I do pray for Ethan. Life is hard.
That'll help.
It's hard to do it alone.
That will make a huge difference. Just praying for him. Don't like show up for him in any kind of like practical, logistical way, but just like pray for him. Just think your magic thoughts at him. That will make it better. Like, hello. Yes, I don't know if I would trust Ethan with advice either. But besides this, I do want to talk about the hypocrisy that exists in this situation. Because the Plath family is really good at this, right? Where when Ethan was married to Olivia, even with all the difficulty that the family had and like them supposedly wanting to be close and connected and all of this stuff, they were brutal to Ethan and Olivia, right? Like They were incredibly mean and dismissive to Olivia and her feelings. They were also really dismissive of Ethan's difficulty in being kind of locked in the middle. But now that Ethan is going through a divorce with her, oh, we want to be careful with his emotions. And, you know, we just want to bring sunshine to his day. And we just, you know, we want to visit with him. Like, where was this energy when he was married to Olivia and they were having a hard time? Where was this desire to be a close, supportive, sunshiny family when he was married to someone that y'all didn't like? Like, y'all couldn't swallow your pride and get over it and just visit with Ethan privately the way that Olivia said that she was fine with, right? Like, she expressed that she just didn't want to be forced into forced family happy fun time. And that y'all could visit privately, and they didn't want to do that. They refused to do that. Like, no, Lou, great. This is going to become Olivia all over again. Yes. Love you by telling you that you're going to hellfire. Absolutely. No. Not related, but is anyone from Latin America in this chat? Unfortunately, I'm from North America where the white people reside, so no. But I'm sure there are. There's lots of people from all over. No. I'm not acknowledging it. And we're moving on anyways. The Plath family is a bunch of fucking hypocrites, and it pushes my buttons. Hi, Yasmin. Or is it Yasmin? Okay, let's keep going. I don't get how Ethan is even healing when he's avoiding the divorce. Yes, exactly, Michelle, because he's not. Their idea of healing is just learning how to not acknowledge it and repress it and push it down. That's what they think healing is. And so to them, Ethan's doing a bang up job because he's just shoving it all down. He's just pretending that he doesn't have emotions. That's not what healing is. That's not what real healing looks like. That's why Mariah's apology was so surface level and bullshit, because she doesn't actually like think through the deep emotional conflict there. It's just kind of like this is what you say, I said it, we're done, moving on. Okay, Yasmin, perfect. All right, let's keep going. 7 minutes and 48 seconds, pressing play in 3, 2, 1. Ripping the succulents apart.
Olivia's Christmas gifts last year.
I did see Olivia yesterday, and we had a conversation, and it went good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I don't know, going into it, I just was like...
Hi, Sixes. Thanks for coming.
Wanting to really make sure that I'm not trying to, like, defend myself or anything. Like, it was just really, like, that doesn't do any good.
Yeah.
We see things the way we see things, and I messed up in these areas, and I'm sorry for that. It is sad. Like, I hate that it took me this long to get to this place, but I'm happy I got here.
Just in time for them to get a divorce. Isn't that convenient?
I'm happy for Mariah that she talked with Olivia, and they had a good conversation. Yeah. I'm very happy that Mariah did what she felt like she needed to do to clear her chest.
I have not seen Olivia on this trip yet, but I guess I'll see her soon.
Me and Olivia are, I guess, going to go through everything here and figure out what she wants and is taking and what I'm taking. And I'll be out of this damn place in a month. It's a cute apartment, but I don't like it here.
But then sign the divorce papers.
You know, we were here together, so I don't want to be here.
I get that.
Yeah, Gems. It's the you're not talking about our emotions here. See?
Thanks.
She said if it means anything, I think you're really strong. He just said, thanks, and then walked away.
Sorry,
I love my sisters, and I appreciate them trying to cheer me up. But there's just nothing that can be said or done to really change anything.
Well, Mariah and I should get to the airport.
Later this week, Olivia's coming by to pack up a lot of her stuff and finalize divorce paperwork.
Great.
All right, well, fly safe.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
Call me anytime.
Totally not producer orchestrated whatsoever.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Michelle, for someone who seems so
I've
eager
struggled
to
a lot
leave.
anytime I've seen Olivia after we separated, and
Pause. For someone who seems so eager to leave, Ethan is really dragging his feet on actually doing the damn thing and signing the divorce papers. Like, your ticket out of this fucking apartment, Ethan, is to sign the divorce papers and get on with your life. Like, I don't understand how this doesn't make sense to him. Like, it's confusing to me that he doesn't seem to be putting the pieces together here. Yes, exactly, Michelle. Ethan, you can change. Like, you could just choose to work on your things and make change over time, as is the generally prescribed advice. But oh no, just stay stuck in your completely unwilling to acknowledge your accountability and willful rewriting of history. Ooh, look, he has that tattoo still. Woof. That would suck. He and Olivia got tattoos in an earlier season because they, it was like a sign of their commitment to each other. That aged like milk. Okay. Oh, sorry. Stream probably can't see it. Yeah. Right here. It's a little like King of Hearts thing. Olivia supposedly had a Queen of Hearts. I think she got it covered up already. Okay, let's keep going. 10 minutes and 22 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I dread talking to her.
I don't understand him.
I love the cherry oak floors.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to watch the coming up because we're
Something
just
out of her life.
Oop.
Divorce, but if I had my way, I would be moving here.
I get a lot of people messaging me on social media.
Is this the coming up? There you go. Okay.
Been a while since I've been here.
It's been like years, right?
I think so. Looks the same, though.
Mike and I are coming to one of our properties that we own. This was purchased as a rental property and a fixer-upper. And
hold on, pause. Thanks for gifting 5 memberships. Oh, Gems, you got one. Hell yeah. Snoopy Snack, Gems, Narda, Imogen, and Natty. Oh, Lou, thanks for gifting 5 more memberships. We have Anmi, Trish, Shark, Livestyle Rewind, and Sam C. Welcome to the McNugs. Thanks for gifting memberships, you guys. Also, I forgot. I saw Joe gifted, I think 5 earlier. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you for gifting more memberships. Yes, exactly, Hellfire. Properties in the plural. But like, oh, boo, 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 boo. It's also sad. Like, grow up. The Plath family's loaded. I don't want to hear it. I want that orange badge like the cool kids. You know, that's fair. The orange badge is a cool one. I know, MCAR. I'm back, baby. Thanks. Gems, you're back. Maybe it'll be my lucky day too. Yeah, do make sure that you have memberships toggled on, by the way, or like gifting toggled on so that you can receive a membership. If you don't have that button, then you might not have the right type of YouTube account. Hold on. I think there should be a link there to both join and unless it's not working. Work, damn it. Oh, yep, no, that's not working. I love that for me. When will my gifted membership return from the war? I'll try to fix it at break, but make sure that you have memberships toggled on and that your YouTube account isn't like a business one, because those type of accounts can't receive gifted memberships for some reason. So boop, boop, boop. Okay, let's keep going. We're at 11:32. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. Oh, thank you.
Nothing's finalized with the divorce, but if I had my way, the main house would be sold, and I would be moving here. This would be a fresh start. I've got some things I want to do in here, potentially.
Yeah, the kitchen layout is so bad.
Kim and I, we're in the land of marriage limbo. The final agreement is not signed yet. I love the cherry oak floors.
Oh, yeah.
I know it won't always be like this,
I don't
but
give a
it seems
shit.
like it'll always be like this, but I don't know. This is a nice old house.
Yeah.
It's got charm.
Again,
Maybe
totally not
I'll
produced
end
or
up here.
orchestrated.
I don't know. We're
hi,
having the
Ceramic
best.
Witch. Thanks for coming.
I think my dad's just excited to have closure in one chapter of his life and step into the next. And he does like this
obviously.
house. So I think it would be a good move.
So what's going on?
You can
I have a
practically
really good
hear
thing
the
going
cue
in Florida
cards.
right now.
Yeah.
Working towards starting my own fencing company and hopefully landscape company as well.
And you've been doing that for a number of months, and then now you're in a committed relationship and everything's going good?
Girlfriend's doing good. Progressed rather rapidly.
Yeah.
But it's good.
So I met my girlfriend a year and a half ago.
For the first, few months of our relationship, it was long distance. We just talk on the phone all the time. I think that's how our relationship developed so rapidly, is because we knew everything about each other just from talking all the time.
Do you think she'll go on camera at some point? Is that possible?
Who knows? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
But the big thing you're gonna have to do is make that decision to commit fully. That's what's coming.
One thing about my dad
Hold on. We'll let Micah talk.
that I noticed is his unwavering of what he believes in. I feel like his views on, marriage haven't even changed. The way my parents did a relationship into marriage was, I guess, the courting style. And that's what they saw as the way to go. And, they kind of pushed us to do the same thing. And I think the elephant in the room is my parents got divorced in the end. So.
Yeah. And so did fucking Ethan and Olivia. This is the thing about this situation that is so incredibly gross to me, which is that even though Barry is living proof that his beliefs and process for getting married is flawed and didn't work, he's still pushing it on his kids. Like, Olivia and Ethan are also living proof that relationship style did not work. Like, Aaron and I talked about it on the pod yesterday. If you haven't watched the pod episode, go watch it. It's great. But we talked about one of Olivia's TikToks where she discusses the way that the Plath family integrated her into the family. And she used the word grooming to describe how Kim orchestrated this whole thing. Essentially to mean that Kim wanted Olivia to be part of the family and made this like very concerted effort to push Olivia and Ethan towards getting married as fast as possible. And this value, this idea, this like process did not work, obviously. She talks about how they were like writing letters back and forth because they were long distance and didn't know each other. They really only got to spend time together like right up at the very end, towards the end of their engagement and marriage and all of that stuff, which is crazy. Like, that's not a healthy or I mean, we've talked about this so much on the channel, right? That like the Fundy attitude towards marriage of like, you can get to know each other for the rest of your lives. Like, that's dumb. That's actually a fucking terrible piece of advice. Don't do that. That's not healthy or safe, nor is it probably going to correlate with positive relationship outcomes in terms of like staying married, but also in terms of like happiness and fulfillment and safety also, right? That's the big elephant in the room here, which is the incredibly misogynistic and patriarchal views that often correlate with violence against women. Like, we should talk about that also. But Barry said, nope, I'm just going to bury my head in the sand. I'm sticking my foot in the mud, and I've decided this is the way that it's going to be, and I'm just not changing my mind. Like, hello? Whatever. Ew, gross. Yeah, little E. The parents in Fundy land, the parents are the ones who coordinate courtships most often. Like, it's very rare for there to be like a well and true like love match between kids. Oftentimes it's families who've decided that they have like, positive relationship with one another. And there will be like a son who approaches the dad and says, hey, I'm interested in your daughter. And they go, okay, we're gonna, let's coordinate this and like just sort of get this show on the road, which is gross. Yes, it is. It's giving Bridgerton in a bad way. Yes. Yeah, imagine sharing a bed with someone that's basically a stranger. Imagine sharing your body with someone who's basically a stranger and feels as though they now own your body, even though you've never so much as had a conversation alone, let alone kiss them and been physically intimate with them. Also, Punk, excellent eye bleach timing. Thank you. Nugget is Dizzy, Momo, Raya, LGT, Simi, Cower, and Kimberly L. Welcome to the McNugs. Thanks, Pumpkin, for gifting some memberships. Ooh, is it time? Can I do it too? Hold on, let me see. I don't think it's been a month. No. I can start a Q&A or start a poll. So, safe to say those are not my options. Yes, also hi, my love. I hope work is going good. Okay. Oh, it's hailing where you are? I'm so jealous. It's so hot here. Uncle of Charlie, and it's always sunny. Oh, no. Okay. Yes, exactly. Someone posted a gif of an ostrich burying their head in the sand and says, we're fine. Very much that. MCART in Discord said, this is the one thing that I feel bad for Morgan, from Paul and Morgan, that she cried on her wedding night because she wanted to go from 0 to 100. Oh, because he wanted to go from 0 to 1,000 with whipped cream. That's traumatizing. Oh my God. Can you imagine? I can't. No, that's terrifying. That would be so scary. I do feel bad for her for that because that's fucked up. Sharing my body with people is so difficult due to past SA trauma, but my partner has created a safe and loving place for that, fortunately. Michelle, I love that for you. And also, that's the way that it should be. Big high five to you and your partner. Sending you fall vibes is basically fall weather here in Chicago, although it's supposed to warm up again next week. Oh, hi, bye. I'm so jealous. I want it to be fall. I want the leaves to turn orange and for it to be spooky here. It just goes from hot to cold. There's very little in between. We had thunderstorms and then muggy heat all week. I want fresh air. Oh, Annika, the muggy, hot, like post-thunderstorm. The worst. The worst. Lou, that is an excellent question. Excellent question. Okay, let's just keep going. It's 13 minutes and 48 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I don't think there is a one right way to do something. I still think about, like, am I ready to settle down? It's just questions like, what career do I want to choose? Do I want to do?
Which is totally valid.
Have my own company and do landscaping
He's a
and stuff like
young
that?
man.
Or do I want to go down another road of, like, if I wanted to still get into acting? There's just a lot of options, but I think right now I see myself gearing down and working towards my future, potentially our future.
Well, there's still a little hesitation in your voice about, well, could I be doing other things or should I take another path?
Yeah, I guess there is a little bit of that still. I try not to, but I can't really help it.
Why
What about
would
you
you
up here?
repress that?
Once your divorce is finalized and you're settled into a routine, do you see yourself dating ever?
I don't really know. I'm not going to date given my setup, the way, the situation is as it is. But, okay, say that changes. I have no clue what that looks like.
I will say this, though. I get a lot of people messaging me on social media wanting me to set them up with you.
I've never experienced a DM. I don't know when I will experience a DM, right? Because I don't have social media presence. It's a little daunting to think about. What do you do?
If you were gonna, like, put a profile out there, a dating profile or whatever,
Christine.
you'd want some good pictures. You'd want a profile that will help weed people out.
Yeah, I know.
Or there's the option of you could just Google, how do I get Riz?
And what is that?
It's when you basically know exactly what to say and how to act to make a woman fall for you.
Mm-hmm.
All these kids have these new words.
Yeah,
It says,
you're so dope, man.
I don't think they say
Okay,
that
yeah.
That's
I
old.
wish that was what
I
this
think
slang
so.
was.
Dope is come and gone.
I don't think.
But that's sick. Sick is still in, right?
Kind of.
I mean, I
If
don't
I
give
were
a
to
shit.
create
I'm
a social
using
media
the word
profile,
sick.
I want to just have something catchy, like he's got the ABCs down. He's adventurous, brave, and creative. Barry's got his ABCs down.
I can't really imagine him dating because I've never thought of that. But
Fair.
He's a good-looking dude for his age. And
I know,
very
Kyle,
fit.
yeah.
And
Make a woman
everyone
fall
knows
for
he's
you.
quirky. He's unique. I feel like you have a...
But also, again, hold on, we're paused. This is another window into the way that these men view relationships and women generally, which is this idea of like making a woman fall for you, as opposed to using dating apps or like any means of dating as a vehicle for finding someone that you're compatible with, right? It's not about trying to filter through matches so that you find someone that you're compatible with and that you both have shared interests and values and like a vision for your lives, but rather, what front can I put on to get someone to like me long enough that I can coerce them into a commitment, and then they can't leave because they're stuck. And so it doesn't matter if I, drop this facade or this mask that I put on a dating app. Yeah, exactly, Lucid. Like, you have to trick her. It's so gross. It's gross and it's creepy. It really feels coercive. And also, like, kind of saying the quiet part out loud, which is that I'm not a person who, when left to my own devices, will be worth someone staying in a relationship with. I am, I have to trick someone into being in a relationship with me, because if they knew the truth, they wouldn't want to be with me. Ooh. And also, like, to some degree, kind of, because people don't want to be in a relationship with someone that, they view you as an object, and they don't value you as an intrinsic human, and they don't have an interest in your unique and particular way of being. That's gross. Why would someone want to be in a relationship with someone that dehumanizes them? Ew. Yeah, it's very, I show off in my neon clothes and then they fall through the trap door. Hanukkah. Yes. I'm using Bumble BFF right now to find friends as an adult, and I feel like I'm on Tinder. Bumble BFF is such a trip. Yeah, it's a strange place to be. I'm such a Bumble hater. I really hate that app. I'm sorry. I'm not really on dating apps anymore anyways, but I freaking hate Bumble. It feels like there's a lot of religious people on Bumble where I live, and I don't know if that's like a coincidence or like what that is, but it's not for me. Side note, we should retire the term pickup artist. Calling a form of harassment and artistry is an insult to anyone who has drawn a stick man or in literally anything. Yes, absolutely. Because they're not artists. They're con people. Yes. Is Bumble BFF a separate app? In theory, I think Bumble BFF and Bumble are coordinated. So you can like sort of flip back and forth between both if you're using them both. But I do think you can just have Bumble BFF separately. Okay. Also, Kiera, yes, you are correct. All apps are evil. Okay, yes. Bad Witch, Sad Witch, thank you. Arizona is Bumble religious hikers. No, it is. Bumble in Arizona really feels that way. Like I love to hike, I love to exercise, and also I'm very religious. Let's go get coffee, because that's my only other personality trait. Like, please, no. I don't want that. Okay, anyways, 16:15, pressing play. In 3, 2, 1.
Pretty good idea of what you want and how to get it. I'll help you whenever the time comes, though.
Someone who makes me laugh. And so I can make her laugh, she can make me laugh. Someone who is
Reaching
somewhat
for the
athletic.
stars.
That would be great.
Yeah, there you go.
But nothing's happening in that realm. It's all quiet on that front.
But don't downplay it. You do think about it sometimes.
Once in a while.
Completely natural.
Yeah, it's natural, right?
I don't think Barry needs to be dating anytime soon. This sounds like the beginning of a horror movie. Like they're getting a divorce, not getting in a
back in
fist
the
fight.
apartment I used to live in to get the rest of my things like moved out. I still have the keys, and Ethan told me to go ahead and get started without him. And I thought it would not be good for him to just sit there and watch me. I feel like being back here, it's brutal to feel it all. I feel like all the wounds that were healing are now kind of being torn back open, and I don't really want to have more conversations. I want to be able to like peacefully move on. So fair. I'm just paying attention to what needs to get done. The other thing is, I do need Ethan to sign divorce papers. Last time I tried, it did not go well, and so I'm hoping that today we can actually get this done. I swear they're very dead. Back when I moved to LA, a couple months after Ethan and I decided we were done,
At that time, we had a conversation that ended peacefully. He also said we were done, and I received those words he said at the time, and I said, okay, I think you did the best you could. It wasn't right for me. We'll go our separate ways, but I wish you the best. That was my closure. That was my moving on. I didn't know that he was thinking I would change my mind after the summer and move back. He just keeps thinking I'm always gonna come back because I did before.
And because he was manipulating you. We'll talk more about that in a minute because Ethan sort of openly says that. Ow.
This is the first time I've seen Olivia in about a month. Part of me wants to be with her because, you know, I still care about her and love her.
Do you want to keep any of these cards?
I'll go through that.
Okay.
But then it's also extremely painful.
I know before I left for LA, we had like kind of talked about who was taking what, but I just want to be sure before I pack my stuff up. What about anything like pictures? Do you want those? Yeah.
Do you?
Mm-mm.
I knew it. There's stuff that she threw away that I was like, why'd you throw that away? I mean, but she's always been like that. Like when she cuts something out of her life, she's gone and she never looks back. And I know if she can do that with her own family, I mean, I don't stand a chance.
Okay, let's talk about how, first of all, stupid this is. Because essentially what he's saying is, oh, you know, when she chooses to align her actions with her words, isn't that just so terrible and awful? You mean that Olivia is a person who will act on the things that she says rather than just saying things and not having any, like, I don't know, oomph, any gusto behind the words? Oh no, isn't that terrible? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Yes, she threw it away because you weren't there and you told her to start without you, but also because she doesn't want to have things that aren't necessary in her life moving forward and that are likely probably like mementos from their marriage. She is choosing to act on what she said, and he's painting that as her being a ruthless and vindictive and terrible person. And actually what it is just her being clear, right? It's just her being honest. It's just her being truthful. She said that she was going to move. She said that she was going to get a divorce. She said that, like, yes, you're right, we should end this relationship. And so therefore, I'm throwing away the things that I don't need. I'm getting rid of the stuff that I don't want. I'm leaving you the things that you want that I don't want. And we're done. It's been months. It's not like they had this conversation a week ago and she's throwing all their shit in the garbage. Like, she's saying, I don't want pictures. Do you want them? Here you go. Like, it's just ridiculous the way that he is painting her to be a terrible, vindictive, and awful human. And also, I want to point out what a gut punch this is, because Ethan has likely been privy to a lot of information about how painful it was for her to be disowned and distanced from her family. She's a pariah in her family of origin because she's no longer the very conservative, highly religious fundamentalist that they raised her to be. And Ethan is probably aware how painful that was for her to walk through being disowned by her family. And now he's using that in a talking head to, like, throw that in her face of, like, well, you know, she disowned her family. Like, I don't even stand a chance. Like, hello? That situation is probably not as cut and dry as Ethan is painting it on camera, but he's using it to try to make this seem like Olivia is being this ruthless, vindictive, mean woman. And, like, no, that's not what this is. You're just mad that when you said, we're getting a divorce if you don't shape and get it all in line, and she said, okay, bet. You're just mad that she finally called your bluff and took you up on your offer. That's not what this is. And that's an unfair and also really hurtful thing. I think this is just very illuminating of the way that Ethan and the Plath family generally deal with conflict, which is to say hurtful things, but then to walk this back and to not act on the statements that have been made so that they can try to say like, no, that's not what I meant. And, that's not, oh no, don't take it that way. You're being really dramatic and you're being really emotional. And like, no, what you're doing is trying to emotionally manipulate people. And that's not okay. These people often can't defend their own morality, so they question others. Yeah, Kyle, that's actually a good point. That's the conservative Christian handbook, isn't it? Okay, Ethan and Maria also emotionally abused Olivia about her family. Yes, when CPS took some of the kids from her parents and they were having to testify, Ethan and Mariah would tell her how much, oh, I did not know that, little E. Wait, how much worse her family was than theirs? Oh my God. Little E, did she talk about that in an interview or something? Because I have not heard that anywhere. My God, that's so mean. Ooh. If that's true, again, this is kind of what I'm talking about, this like very emotionally manipulative behavior. And then when somebody finally puts their foot down and says, okay, I'm taking you up on your offer, that they all of a sudden are like, oh, that's so hurtful. She's wounded me. And like, no, that's not how this is. I think it was on Be There in 5. Okay. I need to write this down because I think you told me about that last time, little E. Ooh, shit, I need to take my meds. And then I forgot again. Be There in 5 podcast. Olivia Plath. Okay. Hold please. I have to go get my meds. Be right back. Okay. Yeah. Be right back. 2 seconds. This is a friendly reminder to take your meds if you haven't yet today. Yes. Eat that up. It's good for you. Oh, God. Okay. That was so nasty to bring up as if it's a character flaw instead of a deeply traumatic experience. Yes, exactly. Lindsay Poppable, that is the perfect way to say that. Thank you. I just took my fiber. Good for you, Kyle. High five. Yeah, Imogen, go take those meds. Okay, let's keep going. The podcast that she talked about it on was called Be There in 5, I think. That's what little E said. Okay. 19 minutes and 26 seconds. We're going to press play in 3, 2, 1.
Why is it that I feel like you can move on so easily? Is this just a front that you put on? I feel like you don't care. And it infuriates me. I don't understand.
That's clear. I can imagine that this would be really painful because the answer to Ethan's question is that, oh, hold on. Is Discord being weird? Oh, no, it's fine. Okay. I thought Discord was being weird. The answer to Ethan's question is that Olivia has likely processed a lot of the associated trauma and emotion in therapy or through some other means, right? She's done the emotional processing. Yes, Katie, she's done the work. Exactly. And so that allows people to move through grief rather than to suppress it and to push it away, only to then be buried underneath the rubble of the grief that they've been trying to avoid for months, right? It's very human. I want to be super clear. If you're the person who represses and shoves stuff down only to find yourself buried underneath the rubble a couple of months later, please know that you're not an inherently bad person. We do this, right? It's a human behavior because it can be scary, right? Especially if we don't have the tools. If we don't have the tools and it wasn't modeled for us, we don't have the resources to unlearn that impulse, then it happens and that's okay. You're not a bad person. And for Ethan to say that Olivia is like putting on a front and like it infuriates him and all of this stuff, It seems very illuminating of a lack of emotional maturity, a lack of emotional development, right? And especially a lack of processing that he's done. But that's not Olivia's fault, right? He can be mad. He can feel upset. He can feel jealous. He can feel envious. He can feel embarrassed or feel shameful about it. But it's not okay for him to project that onto Olivia as though Olivia is the villain in this situation, because the reality is that when two people choose to get divorced, those two people take diverging paths now, right? You are responsible for your own emotional well-being, and Olivia took that very seriously, it seems, right? It seems as though through some means or another, she's done the emotional processing to allow herself to move forward and to move through it rather than to find herself stuck in it, right? That's her right. She is responsible for her own emotional well-being, and she took that seriously. Ethan's not there yet, right? For whatever reason, Ethan's not there and he hasn't been able to, or he's chosen not to do that. And for him to say, well, you know, Olivia, you're leaving me behind, or you never cared about our marriage, is wholly inappropriate and also false, right? That's just simply not how that works. Him saying, because you aren't feeling the exact same way that I am, therefore you never cared about me, is, first of all, indicative of like probably a lot of projection that was happening in their marriage, but also a really strange and hurtful thing to say, as if to say, like, because I'm suffering, you also should be suffering. Because I'm not doing well, I want to drag you down with me. What about that is loving? What about that is compassionate or kind, or at all indicative of a bond and a healthy relationship? That's likely part of the reason that Olivia ran for the hills when you gave her the opportunity. Like, it's not fair for you to say, I'm choosing to not do the emotional development on myself, and seeing you do that, I'm going to punish you for that. I'm going to drag you down with me. I want you to drown with me because I don't know how to do that. That's not okay. That's not okay, and that's not kind. As a once Ethan, you are taught that the fact that you accepted Christ means you can do and say what you want. Yeah, it is a very like Christian entitlement thing, right? Boop. My emotions. Yeah, I think it's an interesting window into the way that Christian fundamentalism allows people, particularly men, to give themselves a write-off for all manner of inappropriate and vindictive, hurtful behaviors, and to project that onto the women in their lives and say, it's your fault, right? Especially because there's kind of a strange dynamic of like your wife becoming your mommy, and that it's her job to kitten glove you through life, right? And because Olivia's choosing not to do that now, because they're getting a divorce, that Ethan is leveling all this vitriol at her. Like, that's not fair. Okay. Let's keep going. It's 19. The time stamp is 19 minutes and 46 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. Hi, Emmy Nerd.
How's boat life going?
Never a dull
to
moment.
Watch the coming up.
Mom's boat.
Okay, 20 minutes and 11 seconds. No, I don't want that. We're at the boat docks now, and Mariah's wearing heeled boots because.
Here.
What else would one wear to a boat?
Hi. Oh, let me not
grab.
fall. I like your.
You don't want to fall and just wear flat
even step
shoes.
there.
Mariah's been to the boat before, but this is the first time that it's just been the two of us to really sit and enjoy the boat together.
Come on in.
Enjoy the boat.
Nice. Beautiful.
Mariah just got back from Minnesota, so I'm eager to hear how things went, and does she have any news about Ethan?
Oh God, brace
How's
yourselves
boat
for this
life going?
conversation.
Oh, it's good. It's, never a dull moment. The power went out this morning. When I woke up this morning, I had no power, which is kind of normal. That happens a lot. I can only run so much. If I want to run the toaster oven, I have to unplug the AC. So I'm kind of used to that, but there's kind of a burnt smell in the air. So I got John, who...
Hold on. I just want to ground us in what she just said. If I want to run the toaster oven, I have to unplug the AC. What? You have to what? That's not appropriate. I think it's really important. Yeah. No, and like that's totally fair. It's a boat thing. valid. And also, she has 3 school-age children living with her half of the time. This is why it's an inappropriate choice to live on a houseboat. It's one thing if all of the parties involved are consenting adults who understand the limitations to living on a boat, right? But when you have 3 kids that you're supposed to be caring for, providing for, making sure that they have food and shelter and sustenance, and that their living situation provides them with some amount of stability and security to avoid developing what are likely going to be really difficult attachment issues from having such a chaotic and unstable childhood, we should be making choices that aren't living on a boat that doesn't run and that doesn't have the electrical capability to like run a toaster oven, for example. And that doesn't force you to put your kids outside and grill steaks by themselves with no adult supervision when they've never done that before. The other thing about this that's especially infuriating is that it would be one thing if this family were living in poverty and just didn't have a choice, right? Like people do this, right? People do live in environments where there are very much a lack of resources, and I'm not shitting on those people, but because the Plaths literally just talked about owning multiple properties, right? Like they could sell one of those properties and have made enough money for Kim to live safely in an apartment or live in one of the rental properties that they have that has access to electricity and running water and bathrooms. Like, yes, exactly. They could just live in one of the properties. They could literally live in the house that Barry just showed them, but also that they have this gigantic fucking house that they could sell and make a whole shitload of money from. Like, there's so many resources that are available to this family, and they're choosing not to use them because Kim doesn't want to? Question mark? Like, I don't understand this. I don't understand this. Y'all gotta watch Homestead Rescue. They're doing this shit to kids all the time. Oh my God. No. That's so stressful. No. It's just a boat thing. Limited wattage on circuits isn't uncommon. I had to turn off my AC to use my microwave and it's fine, which again is fine when you're an adult. But for children to be living in this environment, this is an eyebrow raise from me. I just really don't understand why you would choose to subject your kids to a lack of space, a lack of privacy, a lack of resources, like practically and logistically, when you have the ability to provide them with a stable and steady and normal upbringing, especially one that would allow them to be shuttled back and forth between mom and dad's house more easily, right? Like, what is this? Ooh, it bothers me so much. Do you think choosing a bad boathouse is to seem sympathetic? No, I think part of this is also that Kim is just lying. For me, I have a really, really strong doubt that Kim is living on this boat full time. I think the reality is that she's probably living with Ken a good amount of the time, and that's also why the boat is in disrepair, is because it's not being lived in or maintained. But that's just my own conspiracy theory. I have literally no backing to support that. That's just me making shit up. So that's, not, I think, helpful to really hang your hat on. But if I had to wager a guess, I would guess that it's because she just doesn't want to appear a particular way for having been, moved in with Ken so quickly. Hi, Litterbox Hero. Yeah. Belated thanks for the gifted membership. Yay! On me, you got a membership. They're emotionally abusive together. These parents moving into a co-owned property would be fraught. Oh, definitely. But I don't think that this is any less fraught. That's for sure. I know, Kyle, I was thinking that too. It is kind of cosplaying poverty a little bit. I know some kids get jujitsu, some kids get farm life, and some kids get boat life. Especially because they still own the farm, I'm pretty sure. They could very much still live on the farm also. There are lots of opportunities that these parents had to put their kids in an environment that was much more stable and normal. Watch party. Yeah, Litterbox Hero, thanks for coming. Okay, 2118, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Works here at the marina, and he found a burnt plug.
Look at that.
So right now we have no power, but
That's
at least
dangerous.
the boat didn't burn down.
So can we make coffee?
If you want me to make you coffee, I can heat up some charcoal on the grill and heat up the water over the grill, and I could make you coffee that way.
It's okay. This is where my mom and I are very similar. We both get very determined to do something, and we make it happen. And sometimes it's not the best decision. I'm not saying Mom's boat was a bad decision. She
Gotta
wanted
walk
it.
that back
She's
real
happy,
quick.
and I think that that's wonderful. And I like the boat too. I think it's fun. But that's where I'm like, oh my gosh, the same way. Like I have an idea, like that's amazing. It's a great idea. I'm gonna do it. And I do it. And everyone else is standing around shaking their head.
So
But it's
I
not
take
just
it you
Kim,
saw
though.
Ethan when you were in Minnesota.
Yes, it was
It's 3 other
a really
children.
good time. So good to see everybody.
How's Ethan doing with divorce and all of that?
I feel like it's definitely up and down for him. Understandably, he's really struggling with it all.
I'm sad for Ethan that he's having to go through getting a divorce. I know that's hard. I do think that, staying in an unhappy marriage isn't the answer either. We haven't had any big, deep conversations yet, but I know he's going through a lot right now, and I want him to talk to me when he's ready. But in the meantime, I do still care, what he's going through and that he's okay.
Did I tell you I met up with Olivia?
Also, hold on, to be clear, pause. I saw somebody ask if they're drinking Moscow Mules. They're just drinking out of those cups. Kim talked about it on a past episode. I think we kind of breezed past it, but these are her, coffee cups, just regular cups. These are what she uses, I guess. I don't know. They're not drinking alcohol in the morning. They are just drinking, I think she put, Crystal Light or instant coffee or something in the cups. But okay, hold on. Rewinding my 10 seconds. 22:48. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
To talk to me when he's ready. But in the meantime, I do still care, what he's going through and that he's okay.
Did I tell you I met up with Olivia?
Uh-huh.
She was there to get some of her stuff.
Okay. I was surprised to hear that she talked to Olivia. I'm not really sure what to think about that. If she...
Hold on. We're going to watch this again just because for anybody who grew up with a parent that had covert control issues, this interaction will look very familiar to you. But I want to just draw your attention to this because we talked about this on the channel before. Oftentimes parental abuse gets relegated to this corner where unless you're a parent who's physically abusing your kids or you're abusing your children in a way that leaves some kind of discernible mark, therefore it's not abuse, right? And this is very much what covert control issues look like in a parent-child relationship. So let's just watch this again. I want you guys to look at her posture and the way that her facial expressions change, and also how quickly she responds. I'm going to pause it just so I can show you guys still shots so that hopefully we don't get completely demonetized. But hi Miko. Love that you guys are preserving insects. That's cool as fuck. Excuse. Okay. 22:56. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Did I tell you I met up with Olivia?
Look at her face. Hold on. I'm going to show you 2 seconds of this. The elevator eyes. Yes. Yeah, Michelle Jinx. The elevator eyes and the all of a sudden very stiff back posture, and we are rapt attention. Kim is fucking locked in on what's going on here. And also Mariah brings this up in this very soft, quiet, apologetic tone of voice. This is very much what it looks like when a parent tells a child how the cow eats the cabbage behind the scenes, though, right? This is also part of why having a parent with covert control problems is so damaging, is because in public, people tell you the thing about how, like, your mom's so fun or your dad's so cool, right? Your parents seem so chill. But then behind closed doors, there is a lot of control and like really heavy boundary violation stuff that's going on. These parents tend to be people who leverage shame and judgment and also victimize themselves anytime their kids don't do the thing that the parent wants them to do. Okay, we're at 23:02, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
She was there to get some of her stuff.
Okay.
See the immediate explanation and how Kim said, oh, okay. The immediate, like, oh, I need to explain to you why this was happening. Yes, Lindsay Probable. It's giving jealous boyfriend energy. Yeah, Mariah's trying to explain to her boyfriend that she met up with her ex. Absolutely, yes. This happens every time I use this phrase. What does the cow eats the cabbage mean? Meaning, like, telling somebody how things are going to be. I really don't feel like that's an old people saying, but I guess it is. Or like an uncommon saying, but I guess it is. Watch it be like something terrible. I don't know. It's one of those things that you just like absorb from childhood, you know? Elevator eyes are when you look somebody top to bottom. So sometimes it's like in a sexual context, people will give you the like, you know, but a lot of times in like abusive or controlling or like problematic circumstances, it's the like face, you know, when somebody gives you the up down. It's an eye movement that's often like kind of surveying, like, what the fuck are you on about, you know? Okay, well, I'm glad you guys like the saying because I didn't make it up. I should really get YouTube Premium because the random Disney commercials. Okay, I was literally telling Aaron about that yesterday. The ads are out of control. I'm really about to pay for YouTube Premium because I just can't deal with the ads. This shit is too relatable, even though I wasn't in an evangelical homeschool cult. Exactly why I can't watch alone. I need the commentary. Dill, this is why I said it's probably going to look familiar for anyone who has had a very controlling parent, very jealous or manipulative parent, because it is common, I think, in this like evangelical Christianity cult situation. But it's not just like, it's not exclusive to that environment. The Virgo up down. Yeah, kind of. Morgan, if it helps, actually YouTubers do actually get a very, very, very small cut of the YouTube Premium membership that you pay for. Like super small. But I guess it does, like some of it does get redistributed. Okay, anyways, let's keep going. 23:06, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I was surprised to hear that she talked to Olivia. I'm not really sure what to think about that. If she feels like she needed to, I don't know, smooth things over, then I guess that's fine.
I guess that's fine.
I think we've all seen and experienced enough hurt from dealing with Olivia that it does make me kind of scared to think about, I don't know, like Mariah talking to, I don't know. It brings up.
See how we don't have a good enough reason for why she doesn't want Mariah talking to Olivia? Very much the like, I just don't like it. I don't like that my child went behind my back to talk to someone that I have deemed enemy number one for our family. And so the fact that she talked to her, especially without clearing it with me first, is a betrayal. This is what it looks like for a parent to have inappropriate control issues and for the family generally to have a poor understanding of what healthy boundaries look like. Even if Kim deeply disagreed with this decision, or if this decision brought up a lot of fear for Kim, a healthy parent-child relationship looks like, you know what, like, I'll be honest, I didn't like it. Made me a little scared. I have my own beef with Olivia, but Mariah's an adult now. And if that's what she felt like was important, if that's what she needed to get closure, if that's what she felt was in alignment with her integrity, then like more power to her. She's an adult and she gets to make that decision. And so I'm just happy that she is doing the things that she thinks are important to her. Kim's allowed to feel how she feels about it, but for her to have this very obviously judgmental and controlling attitude about the way that Mariah handled it, bad sign. It's all bad vibes. Smoothing things over. Yeah, smoothing things over is the only purpose Kim could think or envision for the interaction. Yes, exactly. A burn book is a reference to the movie Mean Girls, where they have this scrapbook with pictures of all of the people from the high school, and they write really mean things about them underneath. It's like a gossipy thing. It's giving, I can't control what was said and I don't know what they said, so I'm suspicious. Yes, absolutely that. This is also the like, I need to be privy to everything that you're saying and that's being said so that I can control the narrative. I have to be the one who gets to steer the attitudes, the beliefs about this person. And if you talk to them without my intervention, I'm not in control of that, and so therefore I don't like it. Did you see that I posted the song lyrics? Oh yes, Leo, I did see that. I read it while Aaron and I were like on our way to go do something, and so I forgot to reply to it, but yes, I did see that. Bless you for sharing the lyrics with us. Kyle, yes, you can't sit with us unless it benefits me. Okay, 23:39, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Up a lot of I don't know.
I don't know. I just wanted to lay everything to rest and apologize for what I knew I did wrong and everything that went down last year. I'm not proud of how I handled that. Honestly, like looking back, like I felt like I needed to like fight and speak up, and that was just honestly the most draining.
So what do you wish you had done instead?
Honestly, what you and Dad did.
Which is what?
Just let it go.
The analogy that Dad and I always used, especially regarding Olivia, was ping pong. You know, and every time she would throw something at us, it was her serving the ball to us. And we had the choice of either hitting the ball back and then engaging in ping pong, which, you know, it's just going to keep it going, or we chose instead to just lay down the paddle and not play.
Mm-hmm.
This is really rich coming from the person who is instigating a lot of the emotional abuse and manipulation, because it is an analogy that gets used fairly often, especially in regards to like problematic people. It's similar to the concept of gray rocking, right? Therapists will often use this analogy of like somebody like throwing a muddy snowball at you, right? That like every time they try to suck you in to this situation where nobody wins, this like never ending fight where we're just gonna like tit for tat for tit for tat for tit for tat, that you're, every time you choose to engage with that, you're like catching this muddy snowball that they throw at you. And then when you're upset that you have like mud and snowball and like stuff all over your clothes, like, yeah, because you caught it, like you could just step out of the way, you know? But I take issue with Kim using this in regard to Olivia, because a lot of what Olivia has voiced is that she simply did not want to have a relationship with people who had harmed her. She wasn't choosing to engage with them. If anything, she was simply asking for her desire to not engage, for that to be respected. And they continue to disrespect it and disrespect it and disrespect it. And for someone like Kim to say, you know, we just chose to put the paddle down, when really what was happening is that they were insisting that Olivia was ruining Ethan's relationship with his family simply because she didn't want to engage. Like, Kim was the one who was starting, Kim was the one who was serving the ping pong. So she's using this analogy in a backwards way, which is really disheartening and inappropriate. And also sometimes how people who are manipulative, people who are abusive, can gaslight you into thinking like, oh my God, I'm being so mean, right? I'm the one who's being terrible. Yes, Litterbox Hero, it's co-opted therapy speak for the purpose of making you feel like you're a piece of shit so that they can continue to manipulate and abuse you. Fuck that. That sucks. Especially if you have safe people in your corner who are like, dude, that's not what's happening here. Trust that instinct, because people who do this to you are continuing to bank on your desire to be a good person and your desire to not enact manipulation or abuse to get you to continue to engage. But the reality is that for somebody like Kim or Barry, there is no amount of kindness or niceness or deference or, calm words and boundaried communication that's ever going to be good enough. The reality is that for these people, the only thing that's good enough is complete and 100 and total obedience and, eyes completely closed. We're just following you around and doing everything that you say. That's not a healthy or appropriate relationship for two adults to have, especially parents and children. And so at some point we have to ask ourselves, like, when is it enough, right? When am I just going to give myself the out to say, like, I'm no longer engaging with you? Yeah. Shalom. Excellent point. I'm noticing that your AC, toaster oven, and microwave are on the same fucking breaker. Yeah. Solid point. Shalom. I didn't even really notice that, but you're so right. Christian, thank you for the $4.99. Nikki, I just wanted to let you know that your content is helping me the cancer, and you have taught me that it's okay to feel my feelings, good and bad. Kristen, I'm glad that it's helping. Thank you for the $4.99 and for hanging out with us. I'm happy to have you here. Yeah, I'm wondering why your electricity blew. Exactly. Okay, let me go back and see if I missed anything. Yes. Yeah, Sixes. Olivia's actions were actually in response to the trouble that Kim and Barry caused. She wasn't initiating it. There were definitely moments where I think Olivia bungled explaining and communicating her own boundaries that were like really aggressive, which seems very on brand for being an early 20-something, right? I think a lot of us do and did that when we were first learning about the concept. That's very human and okay. I don't want to like excuse her of that truth and say that didn't happen though. But ultimately Kim and Barry were the people who enacted harm in the first place, and Olivia and Ethan, even at the time, were trying to deal with it in the best way that they knew how. Oh, through cancer. Okay, I had a feeling, Kristen, that's what it was. Also, I'm sending you big love while you're working through cancer, my friend. It's scary and it sucks. But we see you. I see you. Sending you big love. I'm just gonna pop in and say that the word bungle is hilarious. Allie, thank you. I think it is too. Thank you for the reminder that the word bungled is hilarious, because you're right, it is. Okay, let's keep going. 24:44, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
One of the things that she did say that she really did love Ethan, but love isn't enough. And like, yes, I guess that's true. But I do believe, though, that love is enough. You know, if you really do love someone, you're going to be willing to compromise.
Kim doesn't like that.
I feel like love is enough if you let that love control how you live. In other words, listening to them, putting their needs above yours, you know, being selfless, you know, helping them, but just loving them enough, like having that emotion, but not letting that show through in your actions is not enough.
Yeah.
I think love is enough.
Kim said, well, hold on, because you can't blame me for getting divorced. This is, again, one of those moments where Kim has to control the narrative, right? Mariah's not allowed to have her own thoughts or feel how she feels about this statement, which, like, to be clear, I don't agree with that sentiment that, like, I think love is enough. Like, sometimes you can love someone and also acknowledge that, like, this isn't working. Right? Sometimes we are just fundamentally incompatible. Sometimes people are in different places. Sometimes we grow apart or change so much that it's going to require you to do so much work that it's not worth it to stay in a relationship, and you can still love them, right? We talked about this last time. A lot of times for people, we conceptualize divorce as a failure. But I think it's entirely possible that divorce is more so a transition of that relationship, right? Sometimes people get divorced because there's like real bad blood and people need to be like never involved with each other ever again, and that's totally valid. And sometimes people get divorced because they are just not compatible in a romantic capacity, and they're still friendly with one another. They can still love one another in a way that doesn't require them to be married. And so they can separate their lives and look for romantic love from other people and simply just transition their relationship, right? I think that's a totally valid worldview. Yes, exactly, Kyle. I think that's a good point. That's the best form of love, is being able to acknowledge that, like, I love you so much, actually, that I want to let you go. I want to give you the space to find someone who is a better fit for you and who can give you the things that you need and that you desire. That's, I think, what real love actually is. And I really disagree with the way that Kim is like, well, let me go ahead and talk right over top of your opinion, because I can't have you saying things that paint me in a bad light because I also got divorced, right? Again, it's about ego. It's about pride. It's about reputation. Kim seems addicted to controlling the way that she is perceived by others, so much so that she's willing to talk over top of and smush the people around her, namely her children, and steal their identities and their opinions and their growth from them in order for it to benefit her, which is gross. So generally speaking, it's a 0 out of 10 parenting decision. These phrases will cast magic in our D&D lore. Okay, love that. Okay, let's, not very demure. No, not demure, not mindful. This is not cutesy. 25-29, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
An action of occasionally prioritizing the other person and their wants and their needs, and, you know, making room for whatever it is that they need to live their best life. And so I feel like love is enough if both people are prioritizing each other, and I feel like Barry and I didn't do that, and so our marriage didn't work.
Girl, this conversation's not about you. No one asked.
How are you doing?
So obsessed with herself.
I know it's been rough, right?
That's just something I've learned through everything, is life is hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it throws things at you that you do not see coming.
Yeah.
It's been really hard for me to see Mariah go through another painful relationship breakup. I know in the past she's tended to kind of shut down and lock herself in her room for weeks at a time, which is horrifying. This time, though, she just picked herself up and she's just like, okay, I'm taking over the world now. I mean, I'm proud of that girl. She rocks.
I just want to say thank you for always being there for me. Like that night that I drove up from Tampa.
Yeah.
And I got to your house super late. And you stayed up with me until 4 in the morning crying.
I know. Yeah.
It's just things like that that just really show how much you care.
Yeah.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Okay, listen. This is where I'm going to be kind of a cynical asshole. Is it possible that this is just a really genuine conversation between a mother and a daughter who, despite their boundary issues, really love each other? For sure, right? That's definitely possible. We don't know these people. I'm just an asshole on the internet who speculates about these relationship interactions, hopefully for the purpose of helping us learn about our own relationships. But like, right? We're just speculating here. And also, there's something about this interaction that fucking stinks to me. As a person who has survived more than one controlling and manipulative relationships in my life, this is giving, I need to say nice things about you on camera so that other people can see it, to really stroke your ego, because that will benefit me in the long run. It's giving, we don't air our dirty laundry, and so let me go ahead and wrap up this interaction with a real nice kind of thing, so that when the end of this scene rolls, everybody leaves with a feeling of like, wow, what a sweet mother-daughter interaction. I don't know. There's something about it that's giving coached. It feels very like in the way that children learn how to perform the things that their parents are looking for from them when they live in manipulative and coercive and controlling households. It feels that way to me. And who knows, maybe this is me just projecting my own relationship traumas, right? That's entirely possible. But there's also an aspect of it that feels kind of performative, I think. Kim is my mother, gives me the shivers. Oh, you guys want to see the pause screen? Yeah, this is what Mariah looks like in this interaction. So who knows, right? I mean, I scroll through my own videos to get thumbnail faces, and sometimes the faces that I make are fucking gross. So maybe we shouldn't read too much into that, but I don't know. Yeah, Kyle, that's a good point, that nothing on TV is really real anyways. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Kim's favorite conversation structure is, how are you? Well, what I would have done. Yeah, and also, like, how are you? Oh, I'm not doing great. But because of you, my wonderful, fabulous mommy, who is so selfless and would do anything to make me happy, I'm certainly doing better. Like, be serious. Be so for real. Yeah, she was wearing, like, a little sundress situation. It's a cute outfit. It's a cute outfit. Hi, bye. Thank you for the $5. Moment of appreciation for your video on spotting abusers. Abuse thrives on being hard to define and therefore gives the illusion that it must not exist. Yes, very much so. Thank you for the $5, by the way, my friend. I appreciate you. Yeah, if you guys haven't watched that video, you should check it out. It was a kind of a weird one to put together because it's not like a fun video, but I did feel really good about the finished product because we talked about a lot of stuff that I think should be talked about more. I did this when leaving a toxic job, fawned my ass off, complimenting my toxic bosses just to make sure they weren't too vindictive on the way out. Yes, absolutely. And when this behavior pattern is ingrained in you in childhood, you often accidentally repeat this in your adult relationships. And so you can be the person who gets shit on and bulldozed at work and gets shit on and bulldozed in your friendships and in your, coworkers and by your romantic relationships and like on and on and on, right? Like this happens kind of in a cyclical manner until we start to realize like, oh my God, right? Like I'm participating or allowing people to do this thing to me, or I've been groomed to allow people to do this to me. And like, I don't want to do that anymore. And it's really painful. It's really scary. And it does feel really bad. To be clear, the things that we've been ingrained in childhood are not your fault. The adults who ingrained those behavior patterns into you failed you. That's not your fault. And also, finding relief and freedom requires us to do the work to learn how to undo that in our lives or to stop participating that in our lives. And it is really freeing. It sucks in the in-between. I don't want to bullshit you. It sucks. But it is very freeing, and it feels like you finally get to be yourself and find like authenticity and genuineness in your relationships. And that's a high that's difficult to replicate, I think. When I set up, I got called ungrateful or a liberal. Oh my God. Yeah, that's very on brand. Stop reading me for filth, Mickey. MCAR, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm doing it because it was also me. Sometimes it's still me, honestly. Boundaries are tricky. My toxic parents berate me and tell me, oh, okay, I'm not going to read that out loud, Rebecca, but I am so sorry. That's awful. Parents should never treat children like that. It feels like Mariah could have gotten so used to fawning for Kim that she also didn't do it on purpose and wanted that mother-daughter moment, even if it wasn't real. Entirely possible, Rowan. Absolutely. It could be like a sort of accidental sort of repeating of this pattern, like on instinct, where we just kind of like turn it on without really thinking about it. Okay. We're going to keep going. 2709, pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
I went through the hardest heartbreak, and I needed to be with my family to figure out how to heal.
You never tell us about it, Mariah.
My focus right now
just vague book about it in your
is just not letting pain get the best of me, not letting anything bad that happens to me to define me in a bad way. I do believe everything happens for a reason, and so you can turn those things into good somehow at some point.
That doesn't have to be true.
I was writing
your trauma
one
can
night,
just suck.
And I just had this picture of like how stuck I was in all the bad things that happened to me. And it's like, no, bad things happen all the time. You just have to pick yourself up and do better.
You don't.
Yeah. And this album that I'm writing it's my healing. Speaking of that, do you want to hear one of my songs?
That's what I think about that.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I just have a very rough version of it. But
well, how about let's go get some coffee at Riverside?
No way. See, this is why I love you.
Yeah, the real reason is coffee.
Okay. And now back to the sad. You're gonna watch Ethan project onto Olivia
I don't
like a
understand
goddamn
how you
movie
can move
theater.
on so easily after 7 years.
Who said it was easy? Because it wasn't.
I just don't understand it. I feel stuck.
That is evident.
And for the life of me, I can't seem to do anything about it.
That's not
You
Olivia's
don't have
problem
that
anymore.
problem.
It feels frustrating for me because I don't feel like Ethan understands.
Yes.
It's been like a few years worth of watching the relationship die and like fighting to save it and not being able to, and then just finally accepting it and moving on. And like, even in moving on, it's still been 9 months since, you know, we said we were done. So I was just hoping he was going to work through things on his own, and he hasn't.
Which is his problem
Olivia,
now.
did I ever tell you that morning that I unloaded on you and told you everything that I couldn't stand anymore? I didn't think that would be the end of us. I really thought that we would fight about it for like a week and then we would start working on it.
This is an insane thing to admit out loud. Hello? Who says that on camera? Like, I think also, again, if this doesn't paint a picture about what their relationship pattern looked like, I don't know what does, because it seems like their pattern was him getting frustrated and just sort of exploding in this fit of anger and saying really angry and hurtful things, including, we're going to get a divorce. If you don't get it together, you don't get to have my babies. You don't get to be married to me, blah, blah, blah. And then Olivia was like, okay, no, you're right. I should leave. I'm going to go. And Ethan being like, whoa, wait, no, I didn't know. I just meant that I wanted to make you feel small and inferior, and I wanted to scare you and hurt your feelings so that you would try to shrink yourself even further to fit into my very repressive, close-minded view of what marriage and women should be so that you can make me happy at your detriment. I didn't think that you would actually try to do something good for yourself. That sucks. Don't do that. Stop that. Like, this is very much a, like, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions moment. Lindsay Poppable said, Ethan, I thought I could continue to verbally abuse you for at least another full week before you bounced. Yeah. Well, and again, I think this paints this picture of them getting in these blow-up fights where Ethan would be verbally abusive to her and try to manipulate her into, again, further shrinking herself, for them to sort of ultimately just be like, put the lid on that. Anyways, let's just, and like sort of carry on as if nothing is wrong. And that's not healthy. That's not a sustainable relationship, like, dynamic. This is just not an okay thing to participate in. And the way that Ethan seems to lack any reticence, or like it seems to lack the ability to even acknowledge that this is problematic enough that you should not admit to doing this, let alone just like normalize this as part of your relationship, is really illuminating. Again, reticence is a wonderful SAT word. Thank you. You know, I actually got made fun of in high school and in elementary school for doing that. And it's because I read books a lot as a kid. I didn't have very many friends, and I read a lot of books. I read to dissociate. And so I learned a lot of age-inappropriate vocabulary words. So that's why I say those things. No, Allie, you're fine. It just reminded me of that. I would get 100% on all my spelling tests. Yeah, it is classic undiagnosed autism behavior. Miss Snothan, you are so right. Yeah, Allie, yes. Oh, see, that's rude. I hate when people do that. Words are the best. Okay, anyways, we are literally just calling me out today. I think it's all of us. Hi, bye. Okay, let's dial back in. One of the things that we talked about in the early episodes was the suspicion that Ethan had said these things about getting a divorce as a threat. But then when Olivia actually took him up on that and called his bluff, that Ethan was sort of blindsided and caught off guard. And this conversation seems to sort of confirm that theory, that Ethan really did say these things either with reckless disregard for their impact or with an intent for them to manipulate her and then for things to go back to normal. I don't know if I feel good about giving him that much credit to be calculated in that way, because it seems like he lacks the emotional control to do that. I don't think that he's like intentionally targeting her in this way. I think it's rather a product of a lack of emotional regulation skills that causes him to just explode in this really dramatic and spectacular fashion that's really hurtful for everyone involved. And to just start saying things that he thinks will be hurtful, and then for the impact of that to sort of catch him off guard and be like, wait, whoa, what the fuck? I didn't mean it like that, or like, you know, I couldn't help it. And so therefore I'm excused of the impact of those words. And that's not how that works. That's not at all how that works. I found my 3rd grade diary and I had a whole rant about hypocrites, but I spelled it hypocrite. Okay. But also, honestly, a better way to misspell it than misspelling it hypocrisy. That's my favorite. Have you guys seen that meme? It's like a very 2000s meme, of people saying like, oh, I hate hypocrisy because they're misspelling the word hypocrite. And it's just a little like historical depiction of hypocrisy going, rude. Still makes me laugh, even now. Okay, my ex-roommate did that to me as well, threatening me with moving out to hurt me and not making me not stand up for myself. Yeah, it's a very, I would say, common lack of emotional regulation skills issue. But the primary issue here, I think, is the intentional, it seems, or at least like really willful lack of interest in taking accountability for how that's hurt someone, right? Ethan wants to project all of his rage and hurt onto Olivia and say like, how are you better and I'm not? That's not fair. But then also is like apparently completely blind to the fact that he has so deeply wounded her by threatening all of these things for years, it seems, and then whiplashing back into, oh, it's fine, we're all better, we've worked it all out, let's just not talk about it and move on. My favorite is his colon on my pillow memes. What is that a reference to? I can hear the vine when you learn that your actions have consequences. Okay. Oh, cologne. It's a misspelling of cologne. Got it. Cologne on my pillow. Ew. That's so gross. Okay. Let's keep going. I think that's everything. All right, 29. Somebody just put in the Discord chat, I love the smell of my boyfriend's colon. I hate that. I wish I could unsee that. Okay. 29 minutes and 26 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Well, you kind of did that a lot. And you might have said that we were done because I wouldn't get back on your page and thought that that would blow over, but I finally took your words at face value. I think that, listen, there's things you did wrong, things I did wrong, like, it was not a healthy relationship, but I can say that, like, I tried.
But it could have been.
If what, Ethan? If what?
I think the way that things are playing out between Ethan and I are like a direct picture of what happened in our marriage. Of me saying, this doesn't work, this needs to happen, this needs to be fixed. And him putting his head in the sand or under the hood of a car. And then when things fall apart, saying,
Shady.
I just don't understand what happened.
Yes.
I still love him, I care about him, I wish the best for him as a human, but it's not my job. to help, like, to fix all of this for him. He's got to do it on his own.
Yes, Olivia.
I don't want to make things harder for you by, like, going through all this stuff while you're here if you don't want to be here for this, but I do need to get stuff done. Are you good tomorrow to square up on everything?
Good for her. Yeah, and what is he going to say?
I don't want to sign the paperwork, but I also don't see the point in dragging it out any further. I guess it's just denial.
Correct. That's your own responsibility now. I'm just muting the music.
Last time that I see Olivia.
Maybe.
That's the hardest part.
Oy, oy, oy. It's the self-victimization that really gets me. The, like, Olivia's hurting me by doing the thing that I threatened her to do. Hello?
I have the whole music video planned out. The part I
need to watch the coming up. We'll just do that. Okay, let's unpack a little bit of that. The other thing that I want to point out here, ouch, because this is not exclusive, obviously, to very repressive religious fundamentalism. This is also a pretty common issue in secular and even like non-conservative romantic relationships, particularly hetero relationships, right? Where a lot of cis men, not all of them, but a lot of cis men will do this thing where they say, you know, at the end of a relationship, at the precipice of divorce, well, I never saw it coming. You know, I don't understand. It just came out of nowhere. And like, meanwhile, for the past 5-10 years, the wife in this equation has been saying, like, this is not working. This needs to get fixed. I'm doing my part. I'm cleaning my side of the street, and I need you to clean yours. And for the husband to go, I don't want to do that. How could you expect me to do that? And like, meh, and just sort of being a baby for however long until we reach this point where the wife or the female partner says, like, I can't do this anymore, right? Like, I've cleaned my shit up. I've done my work. I did my side. I've done all that I can do. And you're essentially holding the health of our relationship hostage, contingent me doing the work for you. And I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm putting my foot down and I'm saying I'm tired of it and I'm done and we're getting a divorce, only for the male partner to be like, but who will cook my microwave dinners now? And like, that's not okay. That's not okay. And I'm really not at all going to co-sign people uplifting this like self-victimization of like, oh, it's so sad for me. Like, no, it's not. Because at this point you had the opportunity to improve upon the relationship, right? Like Olivia and Ethan seem to have been in this pattern where Ethan was presented with the opportunity and like a pretty clear directive to like, work on your shit, man. Figure it out. Do some type of meaningful work on your side of the street. And then we can talk about repairing our relationship and moving forward. And Ethan didn't do that. And so we made it to this place where Olivia finally said, I'm done. It's not my job. It's not my work to do anymore. And she's right. She's correct. Even in a partnership, it is never your job to carry the weight of your partner doing their emotional work for them. That's not appropriate. That's not okay. And if your partner says things about how like, well, it could have been a healthy relationship if you had basically done the work for me, wrong. That's not a healthy relationship then. They just want to reap the benefits of being in a relationship with a woman while doing none of the work. And this is why so many people subscribe to things like the 4B movement, which is where women are essentially opting out of relationships with men. This is why we're continuing to see people choose to be single rather than being in these terrible and emotionally uneven relationships with men, because it's not healthy or fair to hold a connected, compassionate, kind, loving relationship hostage, contingent your partner doing the work for you. There's no world where that's an okay or healthy dynamic. Big time inflated sense of self for sure. Yes. Yeah. The other thing about this is that it's been normalized in past generations, right? The like, well, men just are stupid. Men don't get it. This is why I take issue with people thinking that it's funny for, you know, like commercials for Lysol wipes to position dads as hapless idiots who, you know, need super easy cleaning products so that they, you know, there's big, dumb, stupid idiots can clean the house while wifey is out with the friends. Like, no, because it perpetuates this cultural dynamic that men are inherently less capable intellectually than their female counterparts. And that's not true. It gives men a buyout or an opt-out to say, well, how could you expect me to do the work? I'm just a silly dad. I'm just the silly dad guy who mows the lawn. I don't know how to do these crazy emotions. And like, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And you know what? If you don't, learn. Go to therapy, read a book, listen to a podcast, go to a workshop, ask your friends, buy a class or a workshop or a training. Do something, do anything. People have the capability. It's not an inherently female trait to be able to learn how to regulate and to process your own emotions. It's a human trait. And if people don't want to acknowledge that, then like, again, sometimes you're going to be revoked your right to be in relationship with a person who's done that work for themselves. Yes, exactly, Aaron. But women shouldn't be in charge of things. Yeah, women are too emotional. Women can't be in charge of things. Shut up. My mom won't let my dad incompetent his way out of things and hasn't for 30 plus years. Hell yeah. That's the way it should be. Bye, Annika. Thanks for hanging out. Bedtime for me. Have fun with my nieces and nephews tomorrow. Ooh, it's tiring as hell though. That's totally fair. I hope that you sleep good. Have a fun day with nieces and nephews tomorrow. Yeah, the weaponized incompetence aspect of that is also important, right? The like, I could never learn. Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. People can. People as human beings possess the capability to learn and improve our emotional regulation and processing skills all the time. At all points in the lifespan, we have the possibility for growth. And if you choose not to opt into that, then the consequences of that are yours to own, all alone. You don't get to blame anybody else for your conscious choice to not choose or to choose not to improve your emotional capabilities. That's not anybody's fault but your own. I have no idea how to be successful in adult arenas, but I definitely should have all the control. Men, yes, definitely. Okay, anyways, that's enough of the soapbox. Let's keep going. 32 minutes and 8 seconds. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1. Hi, bye. Yes.
I can't wait to hear your new album.
I know. I just have one song right now.
Okay.
It's called Devil in a Suit and Tie.
Okay.
I have the whole music video planned out. The part I need your help with is choreographing the dance.
Oh, listen, I'm just going to level with y'all right now, having already watched this episode. This is painful. This is painful to watch. If you're into that sort of thing, then, you know, I would encourage you to Google it, but we might just fast forward through this part because it's Kim and Mariah choreographing a dance routine for her family and listening to her music, which is, again, pretty painful. Like the hard to watch, yeah, the cringy video on purpose thing, Allie. Please, I want to watch it. Okay, do we want to watch it? Put it in the chat. If you want to watch it, put that in the chat. But if there's not enough, then I'm fast forwarding through it. Do it. I want to see it. Yes, please. Okay. We're scooping.
I'm glad that Mariah's asking for my creative input.
Speeding through this,
I don't know if I'll be able to help her any. She's clearly a quite competent dancer in her own right. But, you know, I'm here to help Mariah and support Mariah any way I can, and she knows that.
So I want it to be me and all my girlfriends go out to a bar.
Okay.
And I'm like telling them, you know, I fell for this, but I want to warn you so that you don't fall for it too.
Okay.
Growing up, Mom taught us music, and I really wanted to do dance when I was little. We couldn't afford to put me in classes, and she has a dance background, so she would just teach me like some stuff that she knew. I feel like she'll just be super good with coming up with creative things for this dance and music video.
I'm picturing the burlesque type chair dance on the stage at the nightclub. So let's put the
Yeah,
chair
gems.
here and let's pretend like the guy's sitting here. You could have the singer on stage start singing and then at some point in the song go over to the guy and grab his tie and pull him, and you're kind of pulling him like this.
Oh,
and
that's
then
a good
like push him
idea.
down into the chair. At some point, all the girls could put like a foot up on him and like sing, you know, kind of.
Yeah, and we have like shiny, cute heels.
Yeah, it's fun, you know, that Mariah thinks enough of me to ask me to be a part of it. Yay!
Should we do it one time
Creative
with music?
expression is.
Oh,
No, I'm not getting my AdSense yanked. Thank you very much. Yeah. That's great. It's just Mariah dancing and we're looking at Kim's toes for some inexplicable reason. This is wonderful.
The person.
No. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Kimberly. I thought they were conservative Christians. Yeah, it's both better and worse without sound. Her shoes are too small. Get wides, babes. Wait, how can you tell they're too small? Please explain, Gems.
Okay. He says over.
No. Kim's toes jump scare.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Her toes were hanging. Oh, Kim's. I thought you meant Mariah's. I was like, how can you tell? Send help. I want to leave my skin. Me too.
I know this is a hard process because I'm on one end of it, but like I have a timeline to get things done. I need to pack.
Yeah, with the music, it's terrible. Hell, Firefox. Love that they had to blur the
It's
Amazon
hard to see
logo.
Ethan in this much pain and struggling this much with everything, but I spent years bogged down in stress. And being on the other side of things, I've realized that I felt more alone when I was in a relationship than I do being by myself.
Yeah, that's a good sign that it's time to move on.
I was a little tiny kid.
Oop, hold on. I want to show you guys her wedding picture.
Being by myself.
You can barely see it because the picture moves so fast, but that's their wedding photos.
I was a little tiny kid.
It is crazy looking back at wedding photos when you got married that young and being like, who allowed this? Because same.
The house we bought. I think that this is hard for both of us for different reasons. I know Ethan has like a lot of regret, and I'm sure that's hard to live with, but on the flip side, it's not really easy to be told that like who you are, who you're becoming is not good enough for someone in a relationship anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's for the best. Like we didn't mesh and we weren't compatible in a lot of ways, but it doesn't make hearing those things easy.
Honestly, though, I would look at the photos too, Lisa.
Oh dear.
Pause. It's blurry, but this is them doing a face mask. It's sweet, I think. There's a part of it, like, it's just kind of like an emotional, I don't know, it's like the hurts so good kind of a thing, but in an emotional sense, you know? Like when somebody's trying to rub out like a knot on like when you have a knot in a muscle or something and it like hurts, but it's like good at the same time, you know? Why are these printed? Smells like producers. Probably, actually. To be fair, though, Erin and I have a bunch of cell phone pictures that I printed, too, because it's just nice to have them up in the house, like on the walls and stuff. Okay, 36:49. Press and play in 3, 2, 1.
I asked him to do a face mask with me. That's funny. Looking back at old photos, I see two kids who did not know what they were doing. It's kind of funny because Before Ethan and I split up, I was really, really scared to be on my own. But I think that I can look at them and laugh a little and cry a little and then put them back in the box because I'm not scared to be on my own anymore.
Good for her.
It's the car Ethan sold. It's the car he sold to buy my engagement ring, and then I tracked it down and bought it back for him because it was his first car ever, and it meant a lot to him.
Sweet.
If I could go back in time and tell these two kids anything, I don't know that I would. I think life is learned by experiences. And if I were to tell myself not to experience this out of self-preservation because the end is painful or hard, then I would have missed out on a lot. So
honestly, I respect that. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought we were going to do the coming up, but I guess we're just watching this again. That's the Fundy way. Just get married and don't worry. You'll magically figure everything out. Yeah. Enough with the music.
Well, I talked to Olivia today, and I told her there were some things I wanted to tell her that I hadn't been able to say because my emotions were too high.
I think the producers printed those for her.
Olivia said that she couldn't handle hearing that from me, so she asked if I would just write down what I was going to say, and then she would read it when she was ready.
Excellent boundaries, Olivia.
I basically wrote in my note that I was sorry for all the ways that I fell short in our relationship that brought us to this point.
No, I don't need the music, thank you.
And
just let it go, Ethan.
I hope that she finds what I couldn't or didn't give her.
Okay, little E, yes. I want to talk about that in a minute.
I wish her the best, and I love her, and if there's anything that she ever needs, I'll help her as best I can.
I don't think she needs help from you, dog. Like, respect and love, I don't think what you got is what she needs.
My way of letting her go is my attempt to try to let her go. I definitely think that I have more happy memories with her than bad memories, but the happy memories are just as painful as what you would consider a bad memory.
I have waited for this day for almost 4 years.
You're in love.
What has it been like to live with me?
Moaning for me.
Really fun. Except for when you steal all the blankets.
I love Olivia more than you will probably ever know. And it's the best feeling ever.
Not enough. Like, we really just do not need this. Yeah, nostalgia is a liar. That too, Aria. Thank you for that.
Give it a shot.
I do feel like me and Olivia grew up together. We
That's fair.
stepped out in the world together on our own. We gave it a good run, but not everything works.
Correct. Sometimes relationships just don't work. We grow apart, and that's something we should normalize. Okay, hold on, pause. This says Ethan signed the divorce papers the following day. This all feels like just producer orchestrated bullshit, like they are packing the apartment, and like really the bulk of what needed to happen is them signing the divorce papers. Like, we can move shit, we can have shit shuttled to and fro, like, just let's be done, you know? Because my God. Okay, hold on, let me mute this so we can press play. It's just a bunch of sad. Oh, okay.
Mommy, give money.
Still to come this season on Welcome to Plathville.
Still to come this season. I just want to point out for everyone that we're at 41:31 and the episode ends at 43:41. And this is just 2 minutes of credits and more to come this season on Plathville. Like, the editors are really doing the most. There's literally like 5 to 7 minutes of just coming up, or last week on, or later this season on. Literally go away. You don't need to recap stuff every 5 seconds. Like, we get it. Olivia seems committed to future seasons. She wants the public to see a healthy journey beyond the cult life. Honestly, I love that for her, and I hope that that's true. I think somebody mentioned in one of the podcast episode comment sections that Olivia said she is contractually obligated for one more season, but I don't know if that means this season that she's currently on or if that's next season. Regardless, I'm curious to see what that looks like, because this season the bulk of the like Olivia footage was like the Ethan and Olivia will they won't they with the divorce papers thing. And so next season I'm just like, are we just going to show Olivia living her best life? Which I hope that's what it is. Yes. Yeah, there is no show without Olivia, because I just don't think the Plath family is interesting enough, nor do they have the ability to like really look beyond themselves for the show to have any kind of meaningful like conflict. I don't know. Does this mean we can hang out until 3 if we end the episode early? Yes, in theory, probably for another 10-15 minutes. Money speaks about Olivia or about the rest of the Plath family? Not will they, won't they. It's will he, won't he. Yeah, that's true. Olivia also buys a boat. And it's a better boat that's cooler and cuter and actually runs and that doesn't have burnt electrical plugs. Or extra time to leisurely get ready for the hot date. That's true. I do have an order from Target that I have to pick up, actually. Because hold on. Olivia is the antagonist, I guess, in the Plath narrative. Yes. No, she definitely is. Okay. Hi, Rainbow Pets. I hate when TV shows do that. What, when they just like drag out shit for no reason? You can't order a hot date at Target. No, you can't. But you can order pimple patches at Target. And you can order all of the stuff that I've been putting off buying because I hate doing Target pickup orders. Because it activates my executive dysfunction issues. I just realized we didn't take a bio break. I know, I didn't really have to go. And the episodes are short now anyway, so get the fuck out of here. We didn't escape religious purgatory for you to deny yourself a good date. That's valid. I'm gonna go in a minute. I think it's fair to have a little chit chat, a little wrap up, if you will. Start the stream talking about hydration and end it with a note that there was no bio break. Listen, I didn't have to pee. Clearly I didn't hydrate well enough. When family systems no longer have black sheep, i.e. Olivia, they'll find another. Who will it be next? Okay, interesting that you bring that up, Michelle. I firmly believe that it's going to be Micah. If not Micah himself, I think it's going to be Micah's girlfriend. Because the family's making a big show out of Micah's relationship, and Barry seems really committed to trying to push Micah into proposing or getting married, even though they don't really seem into that. We'll talk about that in later episodes because Micah and his girlfriend talk more in detail about their relationship, and the disclosures are troubling. It's like red flag after red flag after red flag that just really, it's like a parade. We could make a garland with the red flags in their relationship. And I'm sure they will, and they'll just hang it over their wedding altar. I agree. I see that too. Micah seems open to other ways of being. I think, but it's also just kind of the thing that like the family needs someone to be like in a relationship so that they can do this sort of like, look, we have like a happy, healthy Plath relationship thing. But I do really think it's going to sort of devolve into Kim steamrolling Micah's girlfriend. And I'm curious to what degree that's going to work out, you know? Is that going to turn into another Olivia situation? Or is it going to be a, like, watch Micah and his girlfriend just be miserable while Kim steamrolls them and lives vicariously through them thing? Or, I don't know. I'm curious about how it's all going to go. I tagged you in an Insta thing that I thought of earlier. It was relevant to what you were talking about at the time. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I'll go through my Instagram notifications. I'd be extremely interested in Kim's internal family system. Isn't it funny how once you learn about therapy things, you start thinking about that in regards to other people? It's like such a strange, like, I guess it's not a strange thing to say out loud, but it's just funny how, like, you start to notice those things in other people, you know? Internal family systems is a type of therapy. IFS is what people abbreviate it as. It's gotten a lot more popular in recent years. It essentially refers to like the different family systems and like selves that exist inside of us. It can be really, really valuable for people who resonate with it, and for people that don't, it's like, it's kind of similar to EMDR where it's very polarizing in that way. How many more episodes are there? Let me check. So currently there are, we just watched episode 5. So currently there is up to episode 8 out. So there's 6, 7, 8. We have 3 more episodes to watch. But in past seasons, there's typically 14. There was 14 episodes last season. Season 4 was 13 episodes. Season 3 was 12. Oh, wow. Okay, so just more episodes every season. So if we follow the trend, then this season would have 15 episodes. However, I sincerely doubt that that's going to be the case, because the editors are really doing the most to hobble together footage of anything to make episodes. So who knows? Maybe they will stretch it out to 16 and just really torture us by making us watch a bunch of irrelevant bullshit that we've already watched. Or maybe they'll do the merciful thing and just give us like 12, 13 episodes and call it good. But who knows? Bye, Kyle. Thanks for coming. I should also probably go. I'm going to head out so that I can go pick up my Target order and then go home. The crisis thing. Yes, good point. I do think that Ethan is in crisis every time he sees Olivia. But I think that is also part of why their communication is so ineffectual. I wouldn't be surprised if that's how he is all the time in their relationship, which is really activating. If you have a person like that in your life, please know that you're not being mean by saying that you can't engage with them while they're in crisis all the time. They need to learn how to regulate their emotions. Can I share my GoFundMe here, or would that be inappropriate? I mean, you can. We're probably going to wrap up in like the next 30 seconds, so I don't know if people will have the link for it. If you're in the Discord, though, I do tell people it's fine if you want to share your own GoFundMes there. So do try not to spam the Discord with them, though. I want the Discord to be primarily about like communication and connection and all those things. But yeah, if you want to, that's totally fine. Okay, I love you all the most, and I will see you next Friday for stream. If you're in the Discord, by the way, or on the Patreon, we're streaming tomorrow for patrons only, so don't forget. Make sure that you have your role assigned. I'll see you guys on Saturday at 3 o'clock later this month. I'll see you guys at Saturday at 3. Love you all the most. Bye.